This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note the thoughts, opinions, jokes, and every other bad taste that the guest and the host of Hobie, aka The History of Bad Ideas, is of their own, is not associated with any companies they may work for, any firms they work with, any advertisers, or anybody else in general. And remember, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuke. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale is just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Jeff defends Aquaman. Blake's just not listening. What? Jason impersonates Michael Caine.
Some people just want to watch World Buzz.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
one more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 191. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
Yay! Blake's still freezing. He has a little blankie on. You okay?
I feel like I'm Jon Snow.
You kind of look like Jon Snow. Does it hurt you that you're wearing a Bengals blanket? Does that
No.
hurt you as a Browns fan?
No.
Okay. Does it hurt you that you're a Browns fan?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
He's numb to that already.
Yes, he is. Just
Yeah,
like
most of the reason I'm comfortable in this is that half this blanket is underneath my ass.
well, it's kind of typical Bengals.
There you go.
And back from his banning, Scab Jeff is here. Welcome, Scab Jeff.
Thank you.
Yay.
How does it feel to be allowed back in the Bob Studios?
I'm still not sure why I was banned in the first place.
We don't know either, but it sounded good. So I think it was part because of your love for Bye Bye Love, La La Land. What was it?
I think it was something Mary.
Yeah, it was when
thing.
Jason kept screwing up the Mary Fuck Kill.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Anyways, we got a little bit of that later on. So thank you everybody for listening. Let's see here. We got some sad news to start off with. Did you see Toby Hopper died?
Who?
The director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He died. He was 74 years old.
I thought you were going to talk about the sad news of the Houston flooding.
That is sad. I'd rather not talk about that because that is pretty depressing. Hopefully everybody's good down there that listens from Houston and Texas area. So thoughts and good karma out there. On the positive, Joel Osteen is getting beat down on Twitter, so that's good.
That is good, yes.
So I feel
saw
like
that.
that's a positive thing. He said that thoughts and prayers are with everybody at this time of need, and God only gives us what we need. And then there's about 4,000 responses to him on Twitter about, why don't you open up your 17,000-seat church, open up your $10 million mansion. So it was kind of funny that anytime that anybody goes against Joel Osteen, I'm okay
But no,
with.
so yeah, for everybody down in the Houston and southern Texas area, yeah, we're here for you. Yeah. Especially, I want to say Patrick on 40 going on 14.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
in that area and well wishing everyone the best.
And if you are subject to Joel Osteen's church and there's nothing to do in there except listen to your podcasts, you can listen to us.
Yes.
And then realize your life is much better off than our podcast.
Thanks, Blake.
You're welcome.
And if you're in the Houston area, go to Joel Osteen's house. I have no problem with that. I think he will be fine. Let's go. Go do it.
I think they should open it up to every resident, all 6 million residents of the Houston area.
And I think you should give free plastic surgery.
You say
See if you
Joel-
look at his face.
No, that's not. That's fake. That's not
That is
fake.
Some major
Allegedly.
something going
It's
on.
as real as professional wrestling.
That's right. Hashtag fake. It was
Yeah.
good.
Speaking of professional wrestling,
Yes.
right? If you've listened to the podcast over, the span of several episodes or the past couple years, I like to take a stick and poke the bear, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I want to apologize to Jared the Miller if you didn't realize I was poking the bear.
On our Facebook page of the History of Bad Ideas, I
Yes.
posted John Cena's kind of off the cuff comments to Roman Reigns last night on Raw, and good old Blake had to throw fake news in.
You know,
Fake story.
if I'm poking you with a stick, it's because I like you. So yeah, Jared the Miller, you're welcome. What I was teasing you is all in good faith and humor.
Yeah. In other news, it is kind of nice to see the people actually coming together in Houston.
Can I stop you? Because we just kind of glazed over the fact that you called him Toby Hopper.
Yes, I noticed that. I screwed up on that one. Go ahead.
That's how it's spelled on the
It
outline.
is spelled out. I looked it up because
It's
I
Hooper.
could have sworn that it was Toby Hooper.
Yeah, as soon as
Is
I
this
was
a different person who died? Because I never heard that Toby Hooper died.
as soon as I said Hooper, I was like, or Hopper, I was like, that's not right. And I just thought I would keep going, hoping that no one catches it.
Yeah, considering I had no clue who he was or anything, it made no difference to me. But
Okay.
He's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. He was I think he did the first Poltergeist.
He did do the first Poltergeist. Not the remake, though. Thank God.
That was
yeah.
Spielberg, right?
The remake? Mm-hmm. God, no.
No, that was the one with the Native American spirits in the pool.
And in the grave, they built it on top of the graveyard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the entire story of.
Yeah, that's what he was talking
Poltergeist.
about.
Yeah.
So make sure before you dig your pool, make sure it's not a Native American
They
burial.
never moved the bodies.
Yeah.
Speaking of Native American characters, I did watch. I got caught up on Fear the Walking Dead finally.
Finally.
I had the season finale forever.
Oh man, I
Mid-season.
can't even remember what happened.
There was a lot of shooting. It's good. I've enjoyed the last
It was
probably
all
6
right.
episodes.
good.
I've enjoyed this season so far. I was pleasantly surprised. I was about ready to jump off the wagon. I'm kind of like Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you see all baby Bats? Gotham in the new season. He's Batman. He's getting close to Batman.
I thought
the
he was
trailer
just
up.
wearing in like a duster trench coat or something.
Oh no, he's got the Under Armour body armor on.
I didn't see that.
That's the new trailer.
I did watch the new trailer. It seemed like it was
Batman
just
wearing Under Armour. All right.
the Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con trailer. I thought it was like 5 minutes of rehashing the entire last season.
But Mr. Freeze is in it. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
It did rehash a lot last season.
Wasn't the whole purpose of Gotham to have Gotham City without Batman?
Yes. And then Fox realized,
Teaser.
hey, we're sitting on Batman. Can we use him?
Yeah.
They should have killed him off.
Should have killed Bruce Wayne off. It's in Elseworld anyways. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah. So that's our news story for later. Thanks.
Yes. Oh,
Thanks,
that's
Gab
right.
Jeff.
Sorry.
Thanks, Gab Jeff.
What did I do? I was.
Oh, screw all the
commenting on-
news.
This is why you get banned. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't talk about things.
Who will cross the picket line next time that real Jeff leaves?
Well, that's true. Next time he has furry rabies.
I have no plans in the immediate future for furry rabies.
That's true. But you're going to be around a lot of people at the expo. So better be careful.
I could get a flare up there, huh?
Yeah, well, yes.
Apparently, lifetime bans last 2 weeks.
Yeah, kind of like a moment of silence. Anything going on with you, Blake? Anything you want to talk about? You want to do an up-down?
Sure, we can do an up. We finally got a Dungeons and Dragons session out of the way Friday night.
We did. It's been
Yes, we did.
months.
Who was the Ent?
No, nobody.
Nobody.
Was anybody a dwarf?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love dwarves. Love dwarves.
Intimately?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, how was it?
That was good. I don't know. Jeff, how'd it go?
Because you're the dungeon master, right?
It was
correct.
frustrating as hell. That's how it was.
But did you have a good time?
Yes.
Okay. How long do you actually? And I'm not mocking. I'm just asking. How long do you actually play the game on a given night like that?
we
were
probably,
there, what, about 5 hours.
About 4 or 5 hour session.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just asking.
Yeah.
I mean, it took us a while to get set up and get our snackies and everything underway, but
Okay. Scab Jeff, are you a Dungeons and Dragons guy?
I used to be in high school. I was in the. I forget what the name of the group. There was actually an after-school group.
the
that-
Dungeons
Club?
and Dragons Club.
It wasn't. It was like some kind of gaming.
Chess club.
I did
Role players.
It wasn't even.
That's another
role-playing.
type of club.
But yeah, I used
Who's
to.
a mate
I used to, but
today?
I haven't played it in forever.
Okay. If you want to, you can come and join us next time we play.
I'm not sure I would have the time, but maybe. I'm not adverse to the idea.
They never invite me. Never, ever.
We've invited you every session.
I feel like if I did play, I feel like I would probably get obsessed with it, and that's a bad sign. So that's
No,
why.
I feel if you did play, you'd play like for 20 hours and then get slain by an elf.
Actually, an ent.
Oh yeah, he would get slain by an ant.
You
that's
as
good.
the dungeon master, slave master thing, you would probably
No,
throw
Dungeon
ents at me.
Master.
Whatever.
Don't trump me.
Sorry. Do you wear like leather? Do you wear leather? Is it that type of dungeon
Only
master?
under my britches.
Okay. That could probably chafe.
No, see, Jeff is frustrated because I put his particular character into a conundrum.
A moral quandary.
A moral
if you
quandary.
Kill your group and save yourself, or
Will. No, you want me to? What?
No, not really.
I mean, I have to say we can get into this.
we did get a couple of comments on Twitter last week when you were talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Some people liked it. Some people said they have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So it was a good 50-50
Good.
split. So it's good. We talk. A good thing about our podcast is we just move on to the next subject within 5 minutes.
Exactly. What are we talking about?
I don't know. You know what my up is this week? The Bowling for the Brave.
Oh, yes.
We did a charity.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did.
Good.
And my son left. My oldest son went with me. Blake was helping out with the military charity. What was the charity?
Bowling for the Brave.
Bowling for the Brave. And they raised about $20,000 in 3 years, I think it was, they said.
Yeah.
For families, veteran families in Cincinnati area. And they have a bowling event. It was a good time. And Ape Hands Doug was there.
That's right.
Ape Hands.
Number one fan Doug was there.
Yes,
And
number
he
one
brought his daughter. Yeah.
Yes. And I brought my oldest son.
Yeah.
And as soon as we left the bowling alley, he said, and I'm not kidding, he said, "That was fun. We need to do that again."
Oh, good.
So well done, Blake.
yeah, thank you. Bring him around next year.
We plan on it.
All right.
I wasn't sure. I think he was getting frustrated with you when he'd go up and bowl and you'd say, "Throw it straight." Like that was your entire throw it straight.
I don't know.
did.
I don't know much about bowling. You look great, buddy. Did you throw it straight? Yes. Okay. That sounded good.
Yeah.
Now watch Daddy get a spare. Oh, wait. No, I just got a gutter. Damn it.
Yeah. You want to know kind of like a funny, embarrassing story to that?
What's that?
The young lady who sang the national anthem,
Mm-hmm.
we were actually, the other people that were on the lane with us were actually her mother and father, her,
Okay.
and her boyfriend. And I guess she's like senior, 18 years old or something, like 17, 18 years old, 16, 17. And she agreed to sing. She's a fairly well-known vocalist here, at least in Cincinnati. And she agreed to do the anthem only if she could dedicate it to her brother, who is, an Army helicopter pilot. And we said, of course. It was pretty good. So she went and, we had the local Marines do the color guard, and she sang the anthem a cappella, and it was beautiful. And so we got done. They came back to the lanes. We were about ready to, start throwing balls down the alley. And I introduced myself. Yeah, Blake, how you doing? He's like, oh, yeah, so your daughter's national anthem? And he goes, yes. And I just flat out, I just go, she was beautiful. And they look at me. And I look at them. I'm like, beautiful anthem!
Sang beautifully. Should have been the word.
That's what I
Sir, please
should
leave.
have. It's like, they're looking at me like I'm an old pervert guy. And that's
What
not
I should have said was,
not at all what I meant. It was beautiful, She was beautiful.
sung
singer.
beautifully,
Yes,
yes.
she sung beautifully. It's one thing to sing the anthem in front of a crowd. It's another one to do it a cappella. Because you don't have music, you don't have timing. It's just basically you all the way.
Yes.
Yeah. So I told my old lady that, and she started cracking up. She's like, "You're an asshole." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's not what I meant."
Yes, even your wife showed up.
Yes,
Right. And
that's
it took a
correct.
lot of guts for her to show up to talk to Ape Hands. I was a little scared by that. It was a little worried.
I know he tried to get me in trouble.
Well, I don't think he's going to have to do much.
little bit.
Much trying there.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's your up?
I finally watched Riverdale.
Yeah.
That's my down.
Shut it.
Yeah, that's my new down.
You're going to have your Game of Thrones talk in a minute.
And I expected to hate it every second of it.
Oh
Come
my
on.
I didn't.
God, he loved it.
I'm not sure I loved it, but I didn't hate it as much as I expected, and I kind of wanted to watch the next episode again and again.
It's
and
kind of
again.
like a bad blowjob. There really is no such thing, and you don't know how to respond afterwards. You're like, well, it was good, I guess, but not really. But I'm going to keep doing it.
You're gonna keep doing it.
Well, you know,
So,
I'm at receiving. Shut
so
up.
how far did you get?
Season 1,
You got the whole season.
whole season.
How can you not?
I don't even think I got through episode 6.
I think there's what 12.
Episode 6.
There's 13 episodes, I think. I think they need to next season keep it at 13. Please don't do 22. I don't know if I can handle 22 episodes of Riverdale. I love it, but
Who doesn't want
cried
22
when Josie and the
episodes?
Pussycats played Archie's song at the end.
oh,
Of course.
You just compared to oral sex. Who wouldn't want 22 episodes versus 13?
good call, good call, good call.
It was bad.
In a
oral
row?
sex that he
Yeah, but is there such thing, as he said?
might as well get it over with faster.
Again and
Bad
again.
one.
If it's a bad one.
Again
You're
and
not
again.
going to ask him to stop, but might as well stop. Might as well get to that point faster.
For who involved? The giver or the receiver?
Either.
If that Betty bitch is going to die, then might as well be sooner than later.
Let's just say I like Veronica.
Oh, yeah, God.
Veronica. Okay,
I know, I
so
love those 27-year-old high school students.
that's why it's okay to talk about them because they're like 40. And Archie, my God, that guy has some abs. And I like how they explained it. Well, you were doughy before. How'd you get all your abs? I worked construction for 3 months. I don't think you're getting abs that much, that quick.
Have you ever
so.
worked construction for 3 months?
For a day.
Dang.
And were your abs 1/90th as good as his?
Yes. I had an ab after that.
You know, I went to high school with a couple of football players, and well, go figure, a couple of them, at least 22. And there were some of the major players when we ended school, you know, in June, and we went back to school in August. They were completely buffed up, and it was like pure roids all the way. And of course,
Allegedly.
this was, this was at the time of whatever, pre-Lyle Alzado. Mm-hmm. And everybody sat there and looked at him and said, in the span of 2.5 months, how could you get so buff?
Blowjobs.
And raging, by the way. I have
They
no
dented
idea.
a lot of lockers that
Yeah.
year.
But apparently one of the guys, by the way, he actually did pass away a couple of years ago and all kinds of weird complications. And I wonder if that is related to that goofy steroid stuff they did
So half the
20,
football
30
team,
years ago.
half the football team, Brady Anderson in.
No,
From
just
Baltimore?
a couple of these,
Just a
couple
couple.
of the guys. Yeah,
That got real dark real fast.
it did. So, anyways,
So Riverdale, let me
Riverdale,
ask you this.
yeah.
Let me ask you this.
So
did
abs.
you like for about 5 episodes? We never really even talked about the murder anymore.
The murder was the least interesting part of the entire thing. That was like, oh, we gotta put some. No, it's about the stupid high school drama.
I loved it.
Yeah, I think that's why I got turned off by it. I'm like, okay, why are we watching this anymore?
Because Veronica's really hot.
Yes, she
like,
is.
ridiculously hot.
Betty's annoying. And did you hear that?
She's still hot, but yeah.
We
You know what you
talked
can do?
about
You can just take a snippet, put it on a loop, and just watch that loop and turn off
Or
the
just
sound.
call on the internet. I'm sure there's photos. Now,
the cheerleading routines.
the rumor is that they're going to Afterlife Archie, which means that they're going to introduce zombies in it, like in the comic book. So, because Sabrina the Teenage Witch is coming next year to the show, and
See, now they're going to ruin Sabrina for me. Josie's not bad enough. Now you're going to ruin Sabrina.
Josie is awesome in this. The kitty cat ears? Kitty cat ears?
Valerie might be awesome,
Let
but
me ask you
Josie
this.
isn't.
Did you like Luke Perry in it?
Yes.
And Skeet Ulrich. Where the hell did he come from? The guy from Scream. He's Jughead's dad. And I'm like, oh my God. where
Pete
did
Ulrich, there is nothing good about what you do or who you are.
Yes, there is. Snow Dogs.
actually, Veronica and her mom both look pretty hot.
Yeah. It's a good show, though. I've enjoyed it. Well, I shouldn't say it's good. It's enjoyable. The good news is, Besotted Geek said, it might be the alcohol talking, but I'm starting to love Riverdale.
Why is Veronica in the men's locker room?
Because she does what she wants.
Because
no one can hold
she
her
does
back.
do a mistake. She goes into the wrong locker room.
So
See,
somebody
being a
posted,
woman,
like,
she could
pic-
get away with it.
She's your
All the
spirit
guys would be
animal.
like, "Hey, what's up?"
I'm not sure I really understood that part. Did somebody post a picture of him with her with cum all over her face?
No,
Is that what happened?
no,
Is,
maple
is
syrup.
that not what it seemed what happened in that scene?
That was implied, but it's actually maple syrup. This
It
isn't the
was
show.
sticky maple.
It's maple syrup.
But it's implied that that's what...
It's supposed to be like a
Yeah, pretty
derogatory
much.
thing. Yes. I was a little confused by that too.
I'm like, oh my god, this is on TV?
Yes.
I didn't get a good look at the picture, but
I'm really
and
enjoying
I didn't
it.
rewind it and pause it because that would make me creepy. That's
Normally,
the line.
That's the line.
normally, walk into the other sex's locker room, they yell police and shit. I mean, well, I don't understand.
If you look like Veronica, nobody would bitch about it. I'm sorry, Blake. So
Usually
I'm glad I've converted another person to Riverdale. My cult is growing. I appreciate it.
One of us.
One of us.
All right, so you got two.
So on season premiere of Riverdale, you better be on Twitter because we're going to be live tweeting. Just letting you know.
But I watch it on Netflix.
Well-
I don't want to watch commercials.
Who cares? You can live tweet opening night. I'm excited.
Okay.
Mr. Now,
That
what
would be
is
me.
your up for the week?
I don't know if I have an up.
Okay.
Maybe Blake's up.
Oh, okay. What's Blake's up? What was Blake's up?
With Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
Ah,
Well, what's your
cool, yeah.
down this week?
I don't know if I have it down.
Okay, good podcasting.
I've been very even leveled this week.
Okay, that's good.
I don't go through the waves of emotions.
Well, it's not that big of emotion. It's just if you're up on something or down on something.
Yeah,
like that.
everything is just me. I flatlined this week. Me.
That's why you have furry rabies. Scab Jeff, what's your down this week? Riverdale?
No Defenders.
What?
Turned to crap after episode 5, and it's like, oh, Iron Fist is like the greatest part of the Defenders, and let's make everything Iron Fist, and bad guys are Iron Fist, the plotline's Iron Fist, and Iron Fist was by far the worst of the Defenders series, and it was doing so well. Episode 3 and 4.
Episode 3 and 4 was good.
3 and 4 were great.
Fantastic.
That's where I'm at right now.
And the Luke Cage story was going real well, and Luke Cage didn't have a good story, and even in his single one, like it was okay, but this one where it just seemed like everything was so much deeper with Luke Cage, and the Daredevil thing was great, and Jessica Jones is always great, and then fucking Iron Fist comes in and ruins a good fight by punching a sword and making it shatter or whatever.
Oh, spoiler!
At the end of episode 3, yeah, Iron Fist ruins everything. Fuck you, Iron Fist.
Actually, that's the next title of the next episode. Iron Fist ruins everything.
We did get a request when we tried to decide a title for at the end of the show off air. They asked if we could tape it. RJ Holt was wondering if we could tape it and put it as an addendum. Because last week we had a couple good titles that should not be aired, but just so you know.
Oh,
But yeah, I was really excited about it. Like, episode 1 and 2 were mediocre, but kind of necessary. And episode 3 was fantastic. Episode 4 was good. Episode 5 was even pretty good. And episode 6 was mediocre. And then
It's-
7 and 8.
It's not getting much love.
Like, even the Punisher coming at the end couldn't have saved
Oh,
it.
thanks again. I didn't see it yet.
It's a preview for the upcoming.
Yeah, I know, I saw that
He
one. I was
wasn't
just-
actually in the.
The rumor is Moon Knight is going to be make an appearance in Punisher.
That
Moon
might
Pie
be
Night?
interesting.
Moon Knight.
Moon Pie Night.
Yes, he's Moon Pie. He's Marvel's version of Batman.
Yeah, Moon Pie Night.
He's Marvel's version of an insane Batman.
That's true. That is true. What is it with Marvel? Everybody has to be insane. Moon Knight, the insane Batman. Sentry is the insane Superman. What's your down this week, Blake? Game of Thrones?
No, actually, honestly, I really don't have it down this week. Life's been pretty good.
You know what? I agree. I don't really have it down this week either.
Liar. You had one. You're just not telling us.
Actually, I don't really.
Not even Toby Hopper?
I did find.
Was he related to Doc Hopper?
Dennis
guy-
Hopper.
Doc Hopper, the guy who was trying to make the frog leg restaurants in the Muppet movie.
Oh. No. I did watch Glow. My wife and I finished that series. Did you see it?
I thought that was fantastic.
It was a fun series.
That was a fantastic. I thought that the previews made it look terrible, and then everywhere it was promoted, like
Yeah.
all over Netflix. There were billboards in Cincinnati, like every road had billboards on it. I'm like, okay, I'll watch an episode, and I was hooked after the first episode.
Well, especially with the nudity. Woo! Well done.
Oh, hey, wait a minute.
The Allison Brie from Community.
Yes. She got
Whoa.
naked.
She gets
Really?
very naked a lot.
What episode at what time? Hour,
First
minute,
and
please.
second episode.
Whoa.
Here's the best part. My wife and I decided to watch it. It's 10 episodes. My bad. And after episode 4, there's no more nudity. We were watching episode 10.
And then he said, honey, I'm done.
No, we were watching
Oh,
episode 10 last night. And I looked at her. I was like, wow, the lack of nudity is really disheartening right now. There hasn't been a nudity scene in about 6 episodes. She's like, are you serious? I was like, well, I'm being serious. There is no nudity. I was quite upset
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
kind of like Game of Thrones this season. The nudity was really toned down.
We got to see, Jon Snow's butt.
That's right, Glow, you did get to see Mark Maron's butt.
I don't care
Yay.
about Mark Maron's butt.
You don't want to see Mark Maron's butt. But Glow was a great show. I really enjoyed it.
I had no idea how I could possibly like that show from the previews or just knowing what it's about. It's not my thing at all, but it was great.
I love how they went to the producer, the rich son, and all these women are wrestlers against drugs. They all did coke, and now they're better because of wrestling. They were trying to get funding for the show, and they crashed it, and they were all like, "I was on crack. Now I wrestle. Please give me money." And that was it.
That could have been the worst part of the entire series.
I
So
enjoyed
do not watch the show because of what he just explained there. Because that sounds like a bad sitcoms thing. It was done much better than.
Thank you.
than that,
Yes, everything's done much better than my impression. Thank you.
Yeah.
But don't not watch it because of that. Because it was a fantastic show.
I finally got an episode of Preacher out of the way.
How many
'Cause, my
episodes
life's
behind?
been so busy. That was episode 9. I think I'm 2 episodes behind.
I'm 2
still.
episodes behind too.
So I just saw the Hair Star
Yes.
and the I have a rape fantasy. I'll go home. I'll get my dress. Not with you. No means yes.
Star is the weirdest motherfucker. In the comic books, he's fucked up.
Yeah,
in
he
the
is.
in the TV show, I thought there's no way they're going to make this
It's
guy
worse.
fucking weird.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. All right,
Just
man.
before his scene 2, they put that big warning exclaimer sign on it. And he's like, I meant for women. This no. And they're like, no means yes. And he's like, that turns me on. You know, so you can see his eyes went, oh yeah, it turns me on. And it was like, oh my God.
He is. God, he's fucked up.
Like, take your shirt off. Hold the butter. Put it under your chin. And the guy comes in. He's like, psst, psst, never mind. I have to go.
The best is still when they were doing his origin story, and he's getting an electroshock to the balls, and he's not getting affected at all. He's just sitting there.
Yeah, his origin story for the competition. Oh, that is hilarious as well too. But you know, it was even better. You know, Tulip's losing it.
Yeah.
You know, you find out that Cassidy helped. Spoiler alert! Helped Dennis, and Jesse's trying to get ready for the second raid, and Dennis is like playing that loud, obnoxious French music. Can you tell him to knock it off, please? That was pretty funny.
Tulip kind of annoys me, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
This season, her losing it, I get why. I feel like they're dragging it out a lot. It's very Walking Dead. They keep dragging out something that could have been
Yeah.
done in 2 episodes. They're doing it for 5. But I like Tulip as a character. It's just I don't like this arc with her at all.
Yeah, but I had to go back and replay it several times when they redirected the drone missile strike from Brad. Mm-hmm. Who did they hit? They hit some singer's house, didn't they, or celebrity's house?
I don't know. I gotta go back and check.
I kept going back to try to listen, going back to try and listen, go back, and I couldn't get it. And then the next scene, you know, it's like on the news, and they're like playing some guy's song. I think they hit some singer's song. I didn't know if it was like Harry Connick Jr. or something along those lines, or maybe you can Google it.
I'm going to
Google it. What they took out somebody in New Orleans, who was famous, and it was by accident because she was trying to redirect the missile, and they ran out of time. Then you know that goddamn do you like meow kittens? Do you like kittens? Meow yes or meow no? The yes or no, you know, because there's annoying.
Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah, it was Harry Connick. Oh, that's
Yes,
what I
in
thought
New
it
Orleans,
was.
yeah, they
they took
They took
Harry
the missile
Connick.
and went to Harry Connick Jr.'s apartment complex.
Yeah, to redirect the missile. And she ran out of time because Hair Star had the problem with the pop up of the cat. Yes or no? Do you like kittens? Like meow meow meow. They kept hitting it, and then she kept running out of time.
I have an issue that Jesse really doesn't give a fuck who dies with his Genesis. The cops, let's go get them. Come on, come help me out. What the fuck? He's killing. He's just letting everyone die, and he doesn't care. I like that
We
part.
didn't let any cops die. What are you talking?
Didn't he? I thought there was at least 2 or 3 that were killed. I'll double
No,
check.
so there was the weird big fat drunk guy with the Obama mask.
What? Yes.
I mean, that was pretty funny. He's like, "What's going on?" And he can't hear because Dennis is playing the obnoxious loud French music and dancing around.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this season. People have been kind of bashing the Preacher this season. I've actually enjoyed it.
I actually enjoyed the fact that the humor is there, especially if you catch every single one. Like they called in the cleaner to clean up the mess after the commando squad, which was pretty funny too, by the way.
Yes.
And the guy's like wearing a hat, it's like Acme Cleaners, like straight out of like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
and
the Wile E.
and Wile E. Coyote. I'm like, there's all kinds of humor in this if you catch it all. It's pretty funny.
I like that they've laid the groundwork from the first season to the second season. Like, anything can happen, and it's okay in this world.
Yeah.
They don't really fucking care.
They make it very believable that it can happen because you're in an absurd world to begin with.
I do remember, speaking of French and impressions and all that stuff with, Dennis and all that, we were driving back from dinner tonight, and I was making a joke to my wife, and my son is in the backseat, my oldest, and he goes, "Daddy, do your Italian impression to mommy." And I'm like, "Italian? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "The Italian one. Isn't that Italian?" I was like, "Which one?" The Hunter one.
Hunter McAllister.
I was like, "Hunter McAllister? That is Southern." He's like, "Oh, I thought it was Italian." At that point, my wife looked at me and goes, "Do you ever feel like your impressions are really, really bad? Have you ever gotten that point?" I didn't think I did. So, Hunter McAllister.
Yeah, that's a good point. The tangent story like that.
Yes.
Because we're on the Tangent Bound Network.
We are on the Tangent Bound Network. Yes, we are. We're also on WeBeGeeksPC.com.
Yeah.
Nerdly.co.uk. Hello, Becca. Jolly good. Nothing.
Hello, wanker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were involved in this conversation
Okay.
still.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Cheeky cunts. And we're also on Geek Life Radio, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, every Friday. And iTunes, Stitcher, and everything else.
Hey, we have a Tumblr account,
We do.
but don't send anything there because we don't know how to use it.
No. We're also on Facebook, History of Bad Ideas Podcast.
Do you tweet?
And at Bad Ideas Podcast. So,
There you
Jason
go.
tweets religiously.
yeah, I gotta
Very
get
good.
bored, so I.
And if you want, join us on Facebook, and then maybe I'll annoy the shit out of you.
Yeah, Blake will.
There you go.
Okay, do you guys want to talk Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Jeff? Scab Jeff?
I do.
Jeff?
I wanted to join in last week when I actually listened to a show.
Whoa!
Hey!
Were you screaming, "No, you guys, that was good," or "That was bad"?
Damn you,
No, I
Blake.
want to agree with you guys.
Oh, good.
So-
Thank you.
We got a couple requests that people give us an idea, or that we give them an idea of how long it's going to go. We'll probably be 5 to 7 minutes here, so people just get ready. You can fast forward about 5 to 7 minutes.
Keep hitting the 15 second.
15-second mark, not the 15-minute. And I just want to let you know.
If they sat through that whole preacher talk, I'm sure they know how the fast forward
Shut up.
works.
I just want to let you know that I did see a clip on Twitter about the dragon shooting the blue balls coming out of his mouth. That didn't sound right. Flames coming out of his mouth. That was pretty badass. I will say that.
Yes, it was.
And is Jon Snow, I saw that Sean Bean is the dad, right?
No.
Or he was
No.
taking care of him. And he
Yes.
changed his name from Tigerian.
Oh, pretty close.
Yeah, look at me go! I read
Targaryen,
spoilers.
yes.
I was like, I want to know what's going on. I don't know any of this shit.
Yeah. I don't know who any of these people are, but now I know what they all did.
Yay!
There you go. Now, 10 years and 5,000 pages and several hours. Yeah, you don't even have to go back and read this shit. It's like, as Dr. Bednar said, the worst kept secret was finally revealed.
The guy from the station agent, the pimp in the show with the brothel of
That's
women.
imp, not pimp.
Whatever.
Pimp.
Did he die?
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger. Did he die?
Station agent.
Yeah, he was in the station agent, right?
Peter Dinklage was in the station.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, no.
No.
He's not the pimp. with
Oh,
the
sorry.
brothel.
He's the imp, but not the pimp.
Okay.
The pimp
Peter
was
Dinklage,
Littlefinger.
did he die?
No.
Okay,
No.
good. I may watch it if he survives everything.
No. They didn't. Spoiler alert: they didn't kill off any major characters because they're probably going to do it next season.
Yeah, they did.
Except for the one.
My
yes,
money was
which we're
on
gonna
him
talk
for the
about.
throne.
I thought,
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he was going to
pimp.
sit on the throne of Ash.
Yes, well, except for him, and that was
Not to
actually
be confused with the
surprising.
porn, The Throne of Ass. That will be out later this year.
Go back to ignoring us.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So if we're talking about Littlefinger, let's go ahead and finish Littlefinger because last week our major criticism was the whole Arya versus Sansa thing seemed very stressed,
Yes.
and then we thought it was not very well written, that it was very arbitrary, and then Sansa goes through the thing with Littlefinger about the next logical step thinking, worst consequences, and so they bring Arya in, and it looks like Sansa's putting her on trial, and of course I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Bran going, what the fuck is Bran doing sitting there? If anybody who knows what's going on, it should be that guy. And so at the very end, she reads off the list of violations, and she's finally like, how do you plead? Oh, Littlefinger. And you're like, ah!
And then everybody's like, fooled you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you kind of get like the weak arbitrary episode of last week between the two sisters.
It still
so they
seemed
could set up
rushed
Littlefinger.
last week. Like,
Oh.
they could have stretched that out and made that fuller, I feel.
Yeah.
Like the entire
But-
season was
The entire
rushed.
season was, we're
Fast
going to
forwarding,
make
yeah.
this look like these two hate each other for 5 episodes, and then this episode will just
Surprise!
boom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't buy the whole story. That storyline from the entire season I thought was done poorly from beginning to end.
Well, the end was pretty cool though, with Littlefinger biting it.
I mean, they had some good dialogue or whatnot, but the whole way it happened, I just thought it was poorly handled.
I kind of liked it. And
I didn't.
the ending when Littlefinger finally gets it because it's
Littlefinger got it way too early, to be honest.
yeah.
He needed to have another scene with Varys where they can go back and forth again. Everybody
No,
wanted
with
that.
me, was that me looking at you? Or you're looking at me when I was looking at you, and you were looking at me, and I was actually looking at you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It had gotten to the point, though, where you were no longer afraid that your favorite characters could die. Because Jon Snow fell into the water. I was not for a second convinced that he would not come out of the water. And whether it was
Become a White
Benjen who
Walker.
came and saved him all of a sudden, or if somebody else came, I knew that he was going to be saved.
Yeah.
Just like I knew the dragons were going to come save them. Because I wasn't afraid like I was during the first 3 seasons that anybody could die at any moment.
Except,
See, the problem you said there was you're not afraid that your favorite characters can die. But my favorite characters are dying. I'm not a big fan of Jon Snow. I wished he would die.
Yes, I
My
agree.
favorite
I do too.
characters, like Thoros Amir, they killed him off. Littlefinger, they killed him off. These
Did-
are great characters.
well, first of all, everybody knew Cersei wasn't going to play fair. And when she did
no.
act to play fair, you knew she was lying. And of course, surprise, surprise. But were you scared that Jaime was going to bite it?
no,
No?
not at all.
Had it been any other season, I probably would have been, but
They need
That
to keep him down, keep him around so they can kill him off in the final
there's
season.
he's
too
Azor
many-
Ahai.
You think so?
I've heard
he's
the
gonna be
rumors
the
and
Azor
it
Ahai?
makes sense. But,
I hear that it means golden hand, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I heard
I
that
can't
translates in whatever language it is to golden
Valerian?
hand. And when the sword was created, he
The flaming sword, but Beric Dondarrion's wielding a flaming
he
sword.
first stabbed the
He's
lion.
wielding
and it
a
broke.
flaming
Then he
sword, not
stabbed
the
his love,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't. So that's Tyrion. He's going to kill Tyrion. He's going to kill Cersei, I think. And I think that he's Azor Ahai. Even though I really want it to be the Hound because he's scared of fire, and that would make it awesome. I
No.
really want it to be the Hound.
The
or
Hound-
Sir Pounce. I heard.
The Hound.
Sir Pounce?
I heard a real good explanation of how it could be Sir Pounce.
Now, real quick, the Hound, when he's talking to the mountain, he's like, you know what's coming for you. He's talking about himself. Coming
I don't
for the
know, is he?
mountain. Yeah, I think so. Because he's this whole time he's been driven by his hatred
Didn't
for
he
his
say
brother.
something like, he's coming for you? Like,
He's never been anxious to fight the Mountain, has he?
Yeah, he has. He wants to. He doesn't like his brother because his brother
Well, he
tortured
doesn't
him.
like
burned his
him,
face.
but he's never
He's
anxious
like,
to
you know
let
what's
out."
coming for you. And I think he was referring to himself.
I think he's referring to something else that we don't know what it is.
All right. Okay.
I could be wrong.
You know,
Well, then again, knowing how these guys are writing it, it probably is because these guys seem like acts these past two
Okay.
two seasons. Once they
All
got
right.
away from George's roadmap, then they took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Yep, Albuquerque. All right.
I think this season could have been okay if there were 8 different seasons stretched out, but it just seemed way too fast.
Yep. Okay. So if there was any advantage to getting your balls cut off, Theon had it at that
Finally!
moment. Finally.
Having no balls counts as something.
Exactly. When he's
Although-
wrestling against the other captain, and he goes to knee him, and Theon isn't hurt at all.
Although I do have a question about that. Did they
Yeah.
ever say he lost his balls? They said his wiener was cut off,
I
but
think
they
the whole-
never said balls.
I think pretty much sure that everything was removed. I think more or less.
They never said that.
You know,
So I'm thinking he probably sails on his balls, and it probably hurt a lot.
at the time. Yeah, but apparently there's nothing but a barren field there now.
But apparently he has no balls.
Apparently, yeah. But and then I was asking a couple weeks ago when John and Daenerys was going to get it on.
We
and they
found that
finally got
out.
it on.
Yeah,
And then-
we find out that we find out, or they get it on when we find out for definite that they are.
So they're having sex while Bran's narrating.
Well, Bran's narrating that their uncle and niece.
So the incest is occurring while Bran's telling us
I'm
about
sorry,
it.
aunt and nephew. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
aunt and nephew.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the little got Tyrion there at the end as he's watching John go into her cabin. So, like, is that Tyrion going, "Yep, I thought so," or is that Tyrion going, "I'm jealous"?
That's Tyrion going, what did I promise Cersei that's going to cost these guys something? Because Tyrion promised Cersei something.
I'm
And
thinking
he's
that
going to-
Daenerys is now expendable because
Yeah.
John's next in the line, so I'm thinking that has something to do with what he promised Cersei.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think
But-
that there was a promise made in there.
But ultimately, do you think? It really wouldn't surprise me if they end this whole thing with Cersei on the throne. Even though everything points to her not.
No.
But it is Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Cersei's
And
going to die.
it can't
It's
be
been
a happy ending.
prophesized.
I mean, it can't be a happy ending. It's got to be a tragic ending.
Can Jon Snow be on the throne? Or was he on it already?
He
He's the
could be on it.
official
Yes,
heir.
he's the actual heir,
Okay.
according to, bloodline inheritance and male patriarchy.
Okay. So why
know.
doesn't he just take it?
Because he doesn't know who he is.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know he is the official.
He doesn't
Oh,
know
okay.
he's the official. And then
So
what's
he swore
Danny?
his allegiance
Yeah,
to the
he's
next
right,
person in
Daenerys.
the bloodline.
And so what does Danny do when she realizes he's the actual heir?
They get
They're like-
married and roll together.
They
That's
say, yeah,
the whole.
we love each other and we just bumped and I'm not bearing in the womb anymore.
Maybe you shouldn't trust the crazy witch who killed your husband.
I like Jon Snow, who told you to was bearing in the womb. Well, the crazy witch is like, "Pff, let's test that theory, baby.
I think through the course of the entire series up to this point, one of my favorite characters is fast becoming the fire priestess. I don't know.
Melisandre?
Melisandre?
Yes, because she keeps coming up with these crazy ideas like what's going to put the person on the throne, and then it goes horribly awry. And then she's like, that didn't work. Let's try something even crazy. Let's burn your daughter.
Huh, for some reason that didn't work.
That didn't work either.
But see, that's the beauty of prophecies and misinterpretation and not reading them correctly.
Exactly,
putting
and I
your own-
love how
Yeah,
I love how
exactly.
it never seems
You're right.
to put her down at all. I guess I misinterpreted that one.
Yeah.
Let's do something more horrible.
Yeah, she's the priestess of the what's his name, the
Fire god.
the fire god, and she's misinterpreting all this crap. Yet the one time that the Hound looks in the fire and sees images, it comes completely true the way he saw it.
No, because he was actually seeing what was happening at that time.
Well, yeah, but
The
he,
undead walking by the Arrowhead Mountain.
yeah, and then he went up
wasn't-
north and saw the undead walking by the Arrowhead
Yeah.
Mountain.
Yeah. But anyways, all right. So we probably should get Dr. Bednar in here because I know he wants to talk about Game of Thrones.
You guys are more than welcome to
Yeah,
have
we
a Game
did.
of Thrones episode.
Yeah. Does that
Next week, that's it.
Does that mean you're not going to be there?
Correct.
No, we got to make him sit here and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Anyways, no.
But you did a Game of Thrones poll.
I did.
Yeah.
The Twitter poll of the week.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Yeah, one thing.
One more thing.
One thing.
I know it's a zombie dragon and all, but it still has to follow the laws of physics. There are too many holes in those wings for it to be able to fly properly.
And how did the holes get in the wings to begin with? They weren't shooting arrows through the wings.
Good point.
It's like they
Apparently-
die and it automatically becomes.
Rot- Rotting
I suppose
corpse?
He's already rotting a corpse.
The
yeah.
rotting corpse.
So
When it crash landed,
at that rate,
when it
then-
crash landed, went into the rocks, poked some holes in the webbing.
what was that, like 3 hours from the
And-
time that they
and
pulled him out
it's-
till he had all those holes in his wings?
Magic. Magic.
I did do a Twitter poll of the week for Game of Thrones.
Yay!
People have said finally. Anyways,
Of course.
let's see. I had. What did you think of the Game of Thrones season finale? You could have voted today at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. It was awesome. Good but not great. It was average. And what the fuck was that? Let's see. In last place with 9%. What the fuck was that? In third place at 13%. It was average. So not bad. Just nothing great. And winning 59% to 19%, it was awesome over good but not great. So the majority of people loved it. There you go.
Or they
I
just
can't
selected
vote, I
the
just
first
made the
answer they saw.
When does that show come back?
In 2 years. Oh God.
They haven't given an official announcement, but it's going to be like 18 months or something. They're saying.
2019.
Wow.
My answer was it was average.
Okay.
It didn't seem like a spectacular finale for a season for me.
Okay.
Scab Jeff.
I picked good but not great. I feel it was one of the better episodes this season, but I felt that everything was so rushed, and for some reason this one didn't seem as rushed as the rest of it. This one seemed like it was like a regular episode that I had been used to watching up to this point, instead of like everybody going everywhere in the world all of a sudden all at once, and then they're suddenly in King's Landing, all of them. And yeah, Dragonstone's kind of close, but it took Stannis, 2 seasons to get from Dragonstone to King's Landing at Blackwater?
If fast forward, and all the travel was fast forwarded, but there was only 7 episodes, and they obviously had to fast forward to get to the end,
Or they could have done more than 7 episodes.
or they could have done that too. But I don't think they had enough filler content because
Well, one they
George
rushed-
R.R. Martin hasn't written the damn books.
If they did, a couple of these were over an hour, so if you just took all the extra time, that was almost a full episode anyway. And then you could have just, I don't know, wrote a good story about what was going on at Winterfell with Arya and Sansa. That would have held people's interest, and not tease, and then we're doing it all at once now.
Overall, I would probably say I would have ranked it. It was awesome because, it did finally, confirm and reveal the worst kept secret in the entire series of Jon Snow.
Yeah,
It was, Euron Greyjoy had probably one of the funniest exits out of the entire summit. Can they swim? No. See ya. We're out. I'm going to my island. Fuck you guys. I'm going home. But not really. Obviously, he's going to go
really.
get the Golden Company. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
that was clever of him. I'll give him credits on that one.
If you're a reader of the books, I've finally gone the way of where Jaime was finally leaving Cersei because Jaime has a redemption story to get over.
Yeah, there are only 6 episodes left.
Only
and
6
they're just
episodes left. They're
Now
just
getting
now
to
getting to
Jaime
his.
leaving Cersei like she did 2 books ago.
Yeah, exactly. Thormund and Brienne, love crush. Some of the great dialogue there. is pretty funny. I like that pretty well.
She doesn't like him at all. She wants nothing to do with him.
Dortmund loves it. I mean, come
But
on.
I did like in the finale when Brienne gives the Hound a look like, I could have sworn I killed you.
Yeah, exactly.
There was that. I could have sworn I.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't kill you.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
well.
You know, Brienne, the Hound, Jon Snow, Beric Dondarrion, Tormund, everybody's on the same side. You know, they were all former enemies. You know, finally coming around. I mean,
Even
that's
Gendry's
kinda
on their
cool.
side.
Yeah, even Gendry, they even threw the joke about, I thought he'd still be rowing. You know, that kind of joke in. I do like how Sansa finally like grew a pair of balls.
That apparently Theon didn't.
Apparently Theon didn't, and it actually came to advantage for Theon. You know, his whole thing about he makes that weird confession to Jon Snow, which really wasn't like a full confession, and then Jon Snow's like, "Well, that's the way you feel. Why are you wasting your time talking to me?"
I don't like the new Sansa.
You know, the new Sansa. Everybody's.
I like the old Sansa. I think it would have been okay if she ended up on the Iron Throne as the old Sansa.
You
where
like
she-
the old victim Sansa?
Victim Sansa got
Yeah.
there by accident in abuse.
like had no business being in the court and all the backhanded stuff, but she
Yeah.
knew the court and everything well enough to do all the pleasantries and everything. I liked that character. I don't like this emo whatever.
I would have liked to seen Arya do more faceless man assassination stuff, along those lines.
I'm not a big magic
The Stark
fan,
girls, no,
so
It's not magic.
no. You're
they look a lot like
It's a skill.
she looked a lot like Walder Frey
Oh,
when
it's 'cause
she
she-
put on the.
It's because she
course.
learned how to do it. It wasn't magic.
yeah.
But the actor who played her did a real good job when she was pretending to be Walder Frey.
Exactly.
Because I bought it.
Maisie Williams is a great actress.
yeah.
I bought her as Walder Frey. I bought her as let's see, who else did she throw the face on? I don't even remember now.
that other one.
That other one. I
Yeah.
bought her as that one girl.
Exactly. The waif. Or along those lines, you're right. You touched a little bit on this before. There was no meddling with Varys and Littlefinger.
Yeah.
The conniving. I mean, Littlefinger just basically stood in the corner and lusted after Sansa, more or less, and Varys is kind of more like, Tyrion, can't you keep her in line? These
Varys
guys had.
seems worthless this season.
Yeah, they both had major roles earlier in the
And
stories.
they
and
were the real
plots.
power players in the first.
They
4
were. They were the
seasons.
they were the men behind the curtains.
And now there's a big army that's marching, and there's this little ridge, and they don't see another big army on the other side of the little ridge when they come over with dragons and kill them.
Yes.
I could understand how they don't see the dragons. Dragons could fly in, but don't they have scouts or anything?
Yeah.
I hated that episode so much.
This
Yeah,
is not the
you're
Game of
talking-
Thrones episode. You ready? Can we move on? Can we finish?
Yeah. Grey Worm, didn't get. He had a major thing in the beginning, and that was it.
Yeah, they showed his face close up, and that was all we saw of Grey Worm during the episode.
Pretty much. I mean,
And Theon can teach him a new superpower now.
Dare him to kick you in the groin. You'll outlive them all.
yeah, exactly. But Brom. Everybody kind of like, when Brom took. Hey, where did Brom and Podrick go? They never saw him again. Brom's like, let's go drink while these assholes talk things over.
All right, it's Bronn with an N. I'm sorry, it's
Bronn.
bothering me.
Bronn, I'm sorry.
Bronn, yeah. I'm like, okay, he'll catch it. No,
Oh,
no,
sorry,
no,
Is it
Same
Toby
thing.
Hopper?
no. Good story on that one. Apparently, Jerome Flynn, who plays Bronn, and Lena Headey, who plays Cersei,
Yeah.
dated in the past before.
Oh,
Game of
yeah.
Thrones,
And they broke up and they hate each other.
So they won't work on screen together. So they had to have Bronn's character leave before her character came in.
So it's kind of like a jokey thing.
I think so.
It's pretty neat. All right. But, all right. Is any other. So, yeah, I would have voted in the 59%. It was awesome. Even though it had major flaws, it still had enough for me.
Felt felt like we were listening to a Trump speech. You started off one end and just kept going to a different area. You just kept going.
I mean, a stream of consciousness thought.
That's right.
But at least we made sense.
Supreme Overlord.
Yeah.
At least we
Okay.
made sense and didn't offend minorities and Democrats and
true.
Obama.
I think we did offend them all.
Thanks, Obama.
anyways.
All right, I think we're done with our Game of Thrones.
So the hall is no longer down the hall.
Oh, it's down the hall.
Came up here.
Let's do some listener feedback. Blake, take it away.
And listener feedback, because your questions and input and feedback are very important to us. Because we understand that, you're pretty much the reason why we're here and the reason we do this.
So leave a message and we'll call you back.
Exactly. Beep. And if you like it so much, share us with a friend. And then after you share us with a friend, then you need to
Review us.
no
Oh.
apologize for having exposed your friends to such horrible podcasting. Scab Jeff.
I didn't realize the question was asked of me. I was zoning out and letting you do your thing.
I think he's asking, have you told a friend?
Have you told a friend, Scab Jeff?
I have.
Very believably.
All right, but before we move on, for those listeners who aren't familiar with Scab Jeff is an author.
Ghost Hunter.
Ghost Hunter. He actually has books that are published, and you can buy them at Amazon. Correct?
Correct. I've got 6 of them, I think.
Yes, he has fiction and nonfiction. That's like having country and Western music.
Oh, country. I thought you said something else.
I thought they were all nonfiction.
Yes, the zombie Titanic one is a non-fiction
It's a
book.
journal, so.
It is a true story.
What is some of your books?
Well, I did Cincinnati Haunted Handbook, Nashville Haunted Handbook, Twin Cities Haunted Handbook up in Minneapolis, and Chicago Haunted Handbook, which are pretty much travel books about 100 haunted places in each one of those cities. I did another ghost book about Cincinnati that they keep changing the title of, so I don't even know what it's called anymore. Last I heard,
Isn't that one that's like in the top 10 of the homoerotic list?
No.
One of
Was
your
it?
books is
It
in
was.
the top 10 of the homoerotic series, and we're not kidding.
Not that
On
there's anything
Amazon.
wrong with that.
No,
I don't know if
no,
it was
no.
in the.
I think it was the Chicago. I don't know. It might have been the Cincinnati one.
I think it was the not one of the handbooks, but the other one. I think it was.
Hey, as long as it sells, who cares?
They had
I think I got a
whole
review
new
of 1
clientele.
star saying not what I expected.
because they misplaced your book into that category.
Maybe you shouldn't have had Fabio on the cover.
Yeah. But anyways, and you did write Zombie Titanic. What was it? What's that one?
Zombies: The True Story of the Titanic Disaster.
Yes.
Which I actually ran into somebody who had actually read. So one of the 20 people who have bought that book, I ran into on the street.
And we've actually given
How
that-
do you find this out? Were they reading the book as you ran into them, or
Actually, I didn't run into them. It was somebody that I knew was working with them, and they mentioned, and the other person mentioned, I'm reading this book about zombies on the Titanic, and they said, what's it called? My friend wrote that.
so then you met them?
So I call that running into them on the street.
Yes. So we also have given that book away as a prize, did we not?
And I was promised a review on Amazon, and I have not seen that review.
Jordan,
That's because
we're looking at you.
Amazon is now available in North Dakota.
Jordan,
Just saying.
Jordan, come on, give us the review. Do it.
I'll give you a review. It was amazing. It was awesome.
But you haven't read it.
Doesn't matter. I still review it.
I left a review. It said hashtag fake.
I left a review. Best homoerotic book I've read all year. The glistening of the man pecs is amazing. Loved it.
And the abs.
The abs. Oh, the abs.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's the listener feedback?
All right, listener feedback we got from our #1 fan,
Doug?
Doug.
A-Pants?
That's right. Can't give yourself a nick. Come on.
We gave him a nickname, though. A-Pants Doug.
But you say can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah, that's getting old. We've been doing it for like 100 episodes now. Or I'm sorry,
Jeff is
190
cranky
episodes
tonight.
now.
But our fans expect to hear that.
He's kind of cranky.
Okay, fans, let us know. Do you expect to hear that? Do you want to hear it every episode?
He's
Yes.
an angry elf. Okay, go ahead, Billy. What we got from A-Pants Doug?
Anyways, he says Michelle Pfeiffer is in Ant-Man and the Wasp film. Jeff's thoughts.
Yes.
Is she still? Does she still do it for you?
She doesn't hold the place she did at one point in time, but there's always the what do you call it? Nostalgia of when she was in that place of honor. So anytime she still pops up, it's still a good thing.
She is actually playing Janet.
Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah. So she is the mom.
Yeah. Say,
Hope.
I agree with Jeff. You know, if I did have a nostalgic top
A
five,
nostalgic top 5. Okay.
I'm not allowed to have a top five.
Yes.
More or less a nostalgic top 5. She would be in the nostalgic top 5.
Okay.
So if you had your choice of Michelle Pfeiffer in her prime or Veronica from
Veronica.
from Riverdale, who would you choose?
Veronica.
Michelle Pfeiffer in her prime.
I'd go with Veronica.
Yeah.
Michelle
Michelle
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer never really did much for me.
Pfeiffer
I back in.
I hardly know her.
in the in the Catwoman outfit.
I didn't think that was that great.
It was okay, but no Veronica.
Because Christopher Walken was around her. Ugh.
That was
Yeah,
a
here
little
you go.
creepy.
Christopher Walken in his prime. Or
Archie.
Natalie Wood dead. Take your pick.
He had nothing to do with that. He just happened to be on the boat.
Take your pick. Go on, man.
What, you're asking me for real?
This is the guy that wrote a book about zombies on the Titanic.
there you
I mean,
go.
how appropriate is this
No,
question?
it's Christopher Walken in his prime. Remember
Yeah.
that.
So I get to
I'm
have
Christopher
sex with
Walken.
one or the other. How long dead is Natalie?
And she started decaying. Are there holes in her
Like,
wings?
is it still
Is she a white
body still warm?
Are we
She
talking
could-
about White
she
Walker
might still
decay
be
here?
alive.
Now I kind of feel bad.
Are we talking about, perverted
hours. 8
necrophiliac
hours.
mortician guy?
8 hours. She's still squishy.
8
What,
hours.
when does rigor mortis set in?
I don't know. For Christopher Walken, like for the last 40 years.
8 hours. I'm going Christopher Walken.
Better question. Natalie Wood dead or Christopher Walken now?
Christopher Walken.
Just checking. Just checking.
I heard this story about a watch that he told.
So you know there's space.
It's the only wood that floats. That doesn't float. Natalie Wood.
Boo.
Oldest joke in the book.
No, I think they were older. I
Boo.
think like jokes before she died
Yeah.
were older than jokes about her death.
Did she have a big career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she?
She probably died at the height of her career. That's what made it so controversial.
Okay. Because her big one was
And
West Side Story,
her
right?
quote-unquote mysterious
And she's
death.
West Side Story, and she was Rebel Without a Cause. And
That's so okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if, I wasn't mocking her, death.
well, you were.
Well, yes.
That would be a lot like me saying, Jason, would you rather bang Charles Manson or Sharon Tate? After she was dead.
Jeff has the next question. Let's move on.
I need more cowbell. I need more cowbell.
And now we've hit a new low. I'm out.
Happy birthday, Dad!
Yes. Happy birthday to the Psy guy.
Yeah, Big Dev the Psy guy.
Big Dev, the side guy. Dev.
Yeah, if you don't like catching his questions on our podcast, you can go listen to him on
Shot of history.
Shot of History.
What's his question?
He says, who's a better actor, Billy Zane or Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel.
Scab Jeff. You're a big Vin Diesel fan. You're running around with him in the same circles for a while. What do you think?
When did I run around with Vin Diesel?
Oh, that was Tara Reid. I get those two
Reid.
confused. They both have weird nipples. Anyways, moving on. Who's your pick? I'm going Billy Zane, I think.
I think I have to go Billy Zane, too.
He slams evil.
I'm going Billy Zane
There
because
you
I think
go.
he's got a wider range than Vin Diesel.
Well, back in the 90s.
What
Not so much
range
now.
did he have?
A lot
What
more.
range did Vin Diesel have?
Vin Diesel, A, plays a tree. B, plays a stockbroker. C played a soldier, and D played someone who's real fast and real furious.
I'm angsty.
And he was a witch hunter.
I didn't even count Witch Hunter.
No one does.
Yeah, you're right. I changed my vote. It's Vin Diesel.
Was that just a mercy thing?
I mean,
Oh,
Billy Zane played an asshole engaged to a Titanic person.
He's done a lot more than that.
And he slammed evil.
Yeah, he
And
slammed evil.
Poorly.
Come on, find
He was
Billy.
unbelievably
Billy Zane's
bad
coming
in The
home.
Phantom.
Billy Zane probably has a longer IMDb.com movie list than Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel's got more Fast and Furious credits than Billy Zane has
I think
credits.
you might get a point.
But in Titanic, I hated Billy Zane when he was supposed to be a bad guy more than I liked Vin Diesel when he was supposed to be a good guy. And
I'll be honest, I have to go
movies
to-
that I've seen of Vin Diesel's.
I just saw Billy Zane's IMDb page. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Vin Diesel now. I can't vote for him for that. Look at that. What is that?
Because he's wearing an ascot.
Yeah, what is he?
Honestly, you picked that up and I thought you were on Vin Diesel's page. From here, he looked like Vin Diesel.
What is he? Fred from Scooby Doo? No, fuck you. Get that off.
So after going 3-1, I'm the only one left with Billy Zane.
Yeah.
Power of conviction, my friends.
He's in Legends of Tomorrow next year as P.T. Barnum.
Wow, he's fallen so bad that he's as a one-shot in Legends of Tomorrow.
Zoolander 2.
Helping my argument.
Let's see. Yeah. Keep moving on. What's the next question?
Moving on, Kevin had 365 flicks. Do chickens have talons?
No, do the chickens have talons? I don't know why, if the is important in that sentence, but do the chickens have
I
talons?
assumed this was a conversation from a show that I haven't.
I have no
listened
clue
to.
what this is about.
So what's the answer?
I don't know.
Just make an answer. Pick.
Yes?
Yes.
The claws are talons. If they were in D&D, they'd have a claw bite. Actually, a claw peck.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure the definition of talon.
It's a big, sharp, pointy thing.
I think he's trying to play off of dragon nipples.
Oh.
It's from Napoleon Dynamite. Do the chickens have large talons? I don't understand a word you just said. Thank you, Google.
Oh, no wonder it went right over my head. Okay.
If you were Bautista, you would have caught it. What else we got?
No, if you were, what's his name, it would have hit the top of your head and then went over the fence.
Jose Canseco?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just don't want you naming any baseball players because you'll just get them wrong.
Yes.
What? Remember when David Cohn played outfield? That's David Justice. Anyways, Mike Greenwell is a hell of a pitcher. That's Mike Scott.
Speaking of baseball,
We got the Hobie draft. This week, we're doing DH, designated hitter.
Nikki, you can skip ahead about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's just going to be about 2 minutes. So basically, for the last 10 weeks, we've been picking 2 people at every position in baseball. They have to have played during your lifetime, and you're trying to make the best team possible. This week, we had designated hitter. Ape Hands Doug put his as Edgar Martinez and Harold Baines, narrowly beating out Paul Molitor. I actually agree with him completely.
I agree with number 1, Edgar Martinez, the greatest designated hitter in the history of the game. But unfortunately, if I'm trying to make the best team available, I am putting Big Papi on my team.
Big Papi?
David Ortiz.
Okay. Not as a first baseman, though.
Oh, no.
Dear God.
I mean, honestly, I was kind of thinking about putting Frank Thomas there because he did DH, but he was more of a first baseman. So as a DH, mainly a DH, I had to go with Big Papi. But
Okay.
Frank Thomas is, yeah.
Next week we're doing relief pitchers. We're doing one relief pitcher and 1 closer. So there you go. Actually, you know what? You're doing 2 relief pitchers. Any one you want.
If it can be,
Closers or setup man or regular relief.
all right.
And then we'll finish it up with starting pitchers in 2 weeks. So thank God.
2 more weeks and this will be over.
Yes.
And we have to finish it because we were challenged.
Yes. And Dev, Sean, Captain Admiral Kirk, Randall Holt, Besada Geek, Des Hassing. You've kept with us the whole way. I think a couple other people have too. Send it on in. We got the spreadsheet.
Yes, give us your designated hitters and
Yes.
your pitchers.
Blake, what we got for Captain Admiral Kirk for last week's top 5 seasonal beers?
Captain Admiral Kirk starts off with number 5, Lakeshore Hefeweizen.
Sounds good to me. I haven't
like-
had that one, but
I like Hefeweizens.
I love
Hefeweizens.
Number 4,
Jinx.
4 Engine 45 Pumpkin Ale.
I at least give every pumpkin ale a taste to see if I like it. Most of them I at least like. A few of them I hated. Quite a few that I really enjoyed.
I like the next one.
Next one, Berliner Weiss tart cherry beer during the Cherry Fest.
I'm intrigued by that.
I've
I'm
had
very
Berliner
intrigued.
Weiss.
I don't know if I've had it.
I've had
Are all
Berliner
Berliners Weisses, or I've had Berliners and they're very, very sours. But
I don't
I'm
know,
intrigued.
but I've had it before and I liked it.
I've
It's
not
in,
had
it's
that.
in my Untapped. The next one, North Coast Brewing Passion Fruit Peach Berliner Weiss.
Not a big peach person.
I agree. I mean, the passion fruit sounds good. Berliner Weiss sounds good. If they do the peach right, it could be good. But peach usually takes me out of it.
Peach and grapefruit. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
beer.
like grapefruit in my beers.
no.
Grapefruit goes really well with an IPA for some reason. It like
It probably takes away the nastiness of the IPA, and
It
the
matches-
IPA takes
it-
away the nastiness of the grapefruit.
I think they accentuate each other. Like a Reuben. Like I don't like sauerkraut or Thousand Island dressing, but on a Reuben it works.
I agree with you on sauerkraut. I'm not a big sauerkraut fan, but it is good on a Reuben.
So you're saying I need to give a Reuben another try because I usually don't eat them because I hate sauerkraut.
Yeah, I hate
Yeah,
sauerkraut
I
too.
detest sauerkraut, but I
And in
like Reuben.
Cincinnati, my God, people are like, "How do you hate sauerkraut? You're German." Sorry.
No, I'm American.
Yeah, I don't like sending people to the showers either. Calm down.
Wow! Down the hall?
Sorry.
Wow!
Moving on. What do we got?
Next one, Raven's Eye Imperial Stout. That was his number one.
It's got a raven in it, so it must be good. Bang, fuck, I'm dead.
There you go. What else does he say?
He said, why decide what Justice League 2 is about? Wait until Justice League 1 comes out. In addition, Durham Bulls draft was amazing. Jeff wins due to the Terminator 3 pick.
Woohoo, I win!
Bullshit. We drafted the Durham Bulls last week. It was bullshit that I should have won.
You can't cast Jeff's selections. And if you did cast Jeff's selections, you can't make a movie out of it.
No. Too many rights. Too many.
Too many inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. We have a Trey Boucher as a fucking pitcher. I mean, come on.
Yep, and he's not all that accurate, so I think it's perfect. The character was maybe a little less or dumber than a Trey Boucher, but the Trey Boucher can act dumb for the role.
Timeline, the movie, taught me anything. Trey Bouchers are not accurate. But you should always bring a grenade back with you when you go back in
Yeah, when you
time.
go back in time, make sure you bring grenades with you.
That was Paul Walker, wasn't it?
That was Paul Walker. Was it Paul Walker?
I think
It was
it was.
Gerard Butler. Was
Which
it both
Fast
of
and
them?
Furious was that?
No, it was Timeline. Where you are the endangered species. 2003. That was Paul Walker.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, which
oh
Fast
my.
and Furious was that?
8.
Okay.
It was directed by Richard Donner.
Survivor, the Donner family. The only Donner family survivor.
So people can have bad movies in their
Gerard
career.
Butler, Billy Connolly. Oh, yeah, and Paul Walker.
And Billy
Billy
Zane.
Connolly.
Billy Zane was not in it.
Oh.
I'd rather Billy Zane be in it than Billy Connolly.
Neil McDonald.
Oh, he's cool.
I like him. And Ethan Embry. So there you go.
Oh,
You
well.
can't go wrong with that. He was in the new Dragnet years ago.
The new Dragnet 20 years ago.
With
With
Ed
Ed
O'Neill.
O'Neill.
Remember that? Oh, okay, what else we got there, Blake?
Yeah. Well, Captain Admiral Kirk, he's allowed to pick his winner because
He
he
gave us a
submitted
draft.
the draft. All right, next listener reviews regarding the Defenders. We got from Home Video Hustle.
They're good buddies of ours. Home Video Hustle, check them out. And they're on YouTube and that, and they're very good. So,
Yeah.
let you guys know.
Episode 2 was a little bit better, but I'm still waiting to be wowed. Taking a little break before the next one, 7/10.
He's
7 out of 10.
about to be wowed.
He did.
And then he's going to have it all taken away by the Iron Fist.
And he's going to give it a B- at the end.
Okay, what else we got?
Oh, yeah. Scab Jeff, you know what we're doing now?
Tell me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
just
this
talking about
music.
your bald head, Scab Jeff. Oh,
Yeah. That music.
What?
Don't ruin the mood.
You're supposed to get in it with them and just talk really
Shut up, Jeff, you're not supposed to
sexy line.
Come on, get your sexy on, Scab Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
So this music, it basically means it's time for our Nick Albright
Nicky.
question of the week. Yeah, baby.
What's she,
Talk to me.
what's she saying? It's so dirty.
So, anyways, lady space violence. Yeah, finally cleared it up for us about the rules of FMK, otherwise known as Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Kinky. Oh, kill.
Kill. Yeah. All right, so you ready, Scab Jeff?
I'm ready.
Here we
Give
go.
us your dirty, sexy voice and read real Jeff's question from Nick. Oh, Brian, are you ready? I'm gonna
On fire.
I'm gonna count you in, Scab Jeff. Oh, are you ready? 3, 2, enter.
I can't do it. I was gonna try. I really was.
Give me that. Give it back to Blake. He can do it. He can do everything.
Come on, let's cup yourself, Scab Jeff. I know you can do it.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
Scab
Concentrate.
Jeff. Scab
Close
Jeff.
your eyes. Think of
Reach in.
Veronica.
Real deep.
Think of Veronica. Maple syrup, baby. 9 to 5. Come on, Scab Jeff. Get it. Come on, baby. Come on.
Oh, Jeff, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. In their prime.
Oh, yeah.
Brooke Shields. Kathy Ireland.
Oh, no Kathy
and
Griffin.
Elle McPherson.
Good day, mate. Yeah.
All right. Oh. I would fuck Kathy Ireland. No. Yes, fuck Kathy Ireland. I would kill Brooke Shields and marry Elle McPherson.
So, are we going back to the marrying? Are you still having sex with them if you
No,
marry
you
them?
can't.
Oh,
You
okay.
can only
have
fuck
sex.
the people you choose to fuck.
Okay.
You
sorry.
can't. You marry and then
Then
kill.
what's the point of marrying?
That's what I said.
You get companionship and half their money.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to fuck Kathy Ireland, Elle McPherson I'll marry, and kill Brooke Shields.
Yeah, but
There you go. Agree with you, Jeff?
Go.
So I'm not allowed to fuck the one I marry?
Correct.
No, that's correct.
Then I have to fuck Elle McPherson.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Who
I
you
guess
marry?
Marry Kathy Ireland because I can stand to look at her and kill Brooke Shields.
Well, with Kathy Ireland, in all honesty, she seems like she would be fun. Like, she has a good personality. She's funny. So I could see that. Where are you going, Blake? If you were allowed to do it.
If I were allowed to do it, I would F and F.
Okay.
way to skirt the issues.
He was.
No.
Wrong. What else we got?
This one's from Hunter McAllister
Let me
and
give you
Hunter
that.
McMack.
Hunter McAllister's here. I'm from the South. That's not it. That's Remy.
No.
I am Hunter
No, I thought that was your
McAllister.
Italian impersonation.
Let me get Italian here. I am Hunter McAllister. I live in a gated community. Wait a minute. Why do you make fun of me for being rich, yet you live in a gated community, Jason?
Yeah.
I don't understand what's so funny about it. I do not live in a gated community. Thank you very much.
You like to believe that.
And
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I don't make fun of
You
you.
mean that
Hunter.
lady security guard that gave me a full body cavity search when I came in wasn't an actual gate guard?
Frank is having some issues. We've told him many times not to
Thought
do
she
that.
was hairy.
Yeah, you said lady security guard. I'm like, you came through the wrong gate then because.
That's what he said. Anyways, yeah. So Frank, it's not a gated community. It just has roadblocks and trebuchets and a moat. And if you get close, we throw lava at you, molten lava. So, Anyways, moving on.
It's called Burning Pitch, Jason. If you played D&D, you'd understand that.
I feel very bad.
From Besotted Geek, what's Scabs Jeff's favorite ghost-related movie? What's the most accurate depiction of a haunting according to his research?
My favorite ghost-related movie is
Ghost?
The Haunting.
No, sorry.
The Haunting. That was not the remake of it. The remake of it was crap, but the old black and white movie, it was a fantastic movie. Still one of my favorites. I also really like The Others. I don't know if it holds up. I saw
With Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. I'm not sure if it holds up, but I remember really liking that when I saw it.
It had a unique concept. I kind of liked it. It had kind of like an M. Night Shyamalan twist to it when Shyamalan does something right.
When you do an old school, I do agree. I like The Haunting a lot. I've seen that a couple times. The black and white one.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was
a good movie.
Fantastic movie.
It is. It's enjoyable. Before we get to the end here, sorry. What's the most accurate depiction? Sorry.
I always thought those like Paranormal Activity, not the sequels, but the original. I thought that was an accurate depiction of how a lot of that goes on, and even Blair Witch Project. It felt they felt real.
Okay.
I guess.
Which part felt real? Where you're sitting there and nothing's happening and you got the video going on?
Yes.
That's pretty much how real hauntings happen. So
That's what we do when we go out ghost hunting. We sit there and we watch cameras and nothing happens on the camera for 8 hours, and we're okay. Let's go home and watch it again. Maybe we missed something.
Great.
Nope, didn't.
That was great.
How did we miss Bigfoot?
he's even waving.
He's behind them while they're looking at the cameras. He's behind them. Hey! Well, I do want to say before we get to Professor number 1 and wrap this up, Heno, Abs of Steel from Idaho, sent Blake a gift. And
Is it a bike lock from Antifa?
no. Down the hall. He sent us a gift to you, Blake. And I was advised by Besotted Geek not to ruin it with my impressions. But here you go. There you go. You got magnets of Remy LaCroix. She's in some suggestive poses. Remy LaCroix!
Oh, Blake, I want you to do me.
You had to ruin it.
Well, you weren't allowed to, so I figured I would.
Okay. There you go. That is from Heno. And here's the thing.
It's awesome.
I get home.
Oh, God.
And these are in, envelopes from the mail. And I was like, oh, it's Heno. My kids come walking in. I was like, my wife was like, are you going to open that? I'll wait. The kids leave the room. I was like, okay, let's see what we got here, Heno. I always love his gifts. I always love it. I open it up, and my wife's like, ooh, what's those? And I was like, what'd you get? And I was like, here you go. She's like, well, that's an interesting pose. So, and I said, oh, it's from Heno. He's from Idaho. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay.
That explains everything.
As soon as she knows it's Heno, it's fine.
That's awesome. These are great. Actually, this one looks photoshopped. Her booty looks a little...
Big.
No, miscolored.
She only got half the tan
Out of
lines.
proportion. One
Yeah.
buttock looks bigger than the other buttock.
No, it's
just the
different
angle?
color from the rest of her body.
Well, it's tan lines.
And she looks like, what's her name from King of Queens?
Leah Remini.
She looks like Rita Remini in this pose.
But she's not talking, so it's better.
This is after she put on some weight. Actually, we got thinner booty Remy and thicker booty Remy.
Which one do you prefer?
Both of them,
Okay, good.
with a hula hoop around it.
Yeah. We also got a...
If I were allowed to prefer one. Not really. I keep trying to talk the old lady into hula hooping. She doesn't understand yet.
Anyways, go ahead.
Anyways, thank you very much. These are great. I can't take these home, obviously. So I'll leave them here for Jason's kids. Actually, yeah, this would be great for the in-laws' refrigerator. Since I am living in their basement.
I think you should. You know what? Just put it on the fridge and don't say a word. And just
You know, my father-in-law would be like, "I'm outraged. This is insane." But I guarantee you, like, take it downstairs and put it in his main room.
What you should do, put them on the fridge and then call out somebody else for putting them there. Call your father-in-law and say, "Man, what are you putting on the fridge these days?"
Yeah.
You know, we do have a Remy LaCroix autographed picture from Heno.
Yeah.
You should replace one of the pictures in the house at your in-laws with that.
Yeah.
And just see how long it takes somebody to notice
They'll
it.
notice that very quickly.
Actually, this, on the left is Remy. On the right, it does look like a Leia Remini knockoff.
It could be. Maybe it is. I'm just can't wait for the Kevin James scandalous
And
pictures.
the rest of her booty doesn't fit her
she
tan
wearing
body.
pants?
Look.
It looks
I'm
like
serious.
She's wearing pants.
I'm actually kind of disturbed by this, but we need to
no,
send.
she's not.
We need to.
It's a lighting issue.
It is. It's weird. Did Mr. Heno actually view these so he knows what we're looking at, or Beside Geek knows what we're looking at?
No, I've not placed it.
'Cause, yeah, I think you need to post some pictures.
It's just lighting.
I don't know about that.
So,
one.
I mean,
All right, we have a lot of IOUs for people. We need to get those out at some point in time.
Yes.
we'll have to work on these. Thank you very much.
I think we emailed them to him.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Let's finish up listener review.
Yes, thank you very much.
Feedback.
Professor Number One and Doctor Number One. Sharknado 5 had time travel in it. Will that ruin the franchise?
No, bringing Tara Reid back will.
That can only help it. Both bringing Tara Reid back and time travel.
I think Number One knows how that time travel annoys the shit out of me. That's why he asked this question.
You think?
It's Sharknado 5,
It's Sharknado. Does it actually help the plots? I mean, seriously.
Have you talked to Tara Reid recently?
I have not.
Okay.
Not since Sharknado 1.
Since she stopped taking your calls after we kind of insulted her. I apologize.
She'll never come on the show now.
She'll come, but never mind.
Oh, Craig, now we won't get Tara Reid on the show.
I feel like I could probably see her as a Walmart greeter here in about 2 months down the street, so it'll be fine. I'll get her.
Walmart does not have greeters anymore. It's
sorry.
been like at least 2 years since that.
My bad. I'm sorry. When they fired you as the greeter, I apologize. It was a sore subject.
Very sore.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Okay.
So, anyways.
Hey, Hobie listeners, what are you guys doing September 22nd through the 24th of 2017? Well, if you're in or around Cincinnati, or even if not, because we even have people come from the UK. Good day, mates. To the Cincinnati Comic Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center. We got lots of guests. We got Scott Snyder, comic book fame, is going to be there. Maggie Jiha, who is also the Poison Ivy from Gotham. I probably said that name wrong. Also, Julian Glover is going to be there. Jason Isaacs, who's in the new Star Trek Discovery show. Also, Brett Iwan, who is the voice of Mickey Mouse. This, plus lots of exhibitors, vendors, everything else, cosplay, anything you need. Plus, on Saturday night is the Harry Potter Geek Prom. So, come September 22nd through the 24th. Get your tickets now at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. And Hobie will even be there, so you get to say hi to us. Doesn't that make your day? Thanks.
Hey, do you like movies?
Hey, do you like podcasts?
If you do, then come on down and listen to the Home Video Hustle podcast, homie.
Hustle, hustle.
Every Friday, we talk about whatever movie PJ picks out the bag. What does that mean? Well, every Wednesday on our YouTube page, I pick a bunch of movies at random. Sometimes there's a theme to it, sometimes not. PJ picks the movie out, and guess what? We watch it on Friday. We talk about it for about maybe an hour, hour and a half, whatever we feel like doing. Might give you something good to watch, baby. Come on down every Friday.
So come get your hustle on with Home Video Hustle.
You can find the show on any podcatcher app, or you can come down to homevideohustle.podbean.com. All of them in one place for you, so you can go ahead and binge it like it's Netflix. We ain't the Defenders, but I like to think we a little bit better than that. Come holler at your boys, man. Come chill with us. Peace.
Peace.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Okay, so, News of the Geek here. This made me very happy. Made my nipples stand erect. It's the biggest entertainment news of the year, at least according to Miss Piggy in the trailer. Fans of the original Muppet Show will likely agree. The Muppets will be performing live for 3 concerts September 8th through the 10th at the Hollywood Bowl in California. The concert series is called The Muppets Take the Bowl. According to the press release, it will mirror the delightful chaos of the Muppets' popular 1970s variety show by featuring celebrity guests, plus performances by Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, Animal, Miss Piggy, and more, backed by the Los Angeles Philharmonica Orchestra. Did you see how I said all that without any issues?
Well, you said Philharmonica.
Yes, I did.
Not only did you say Philharmonica, you bragged about it after you said it.
It's also said the audiences will be treated to appearances by Muppets we haven't seen in 35 years. The show will culminate in a fireworks show hosted by Crazy Harry, whose maniacal cackle is pretty fitting considering how nuts the whole show sounds. Rumor is that if this does well, they're going to do a tour of it nationwide. Bring it on! I love the Muppets. This is awesome. It's a good idea. They fucked up the TV show because they canceled it, so let's do it this way. Hey, would you be interested in seeing this?
I would be interested.
Okay.
I'm sure the tickets will be more expensive than I'm willing to pay, but I'd be interested.
Yeah, that when Marvel did that the BMX,
Oh God, I had no interest in that.
I didn't either, except I was looking for how cheap the tickets were, and I was trying to get a press pass for it, and because the tickets were $70. Yeah, that looks bad. So, Scab Jeff, would you see the Muppets in concert?
I'm not a big Muppet fan. I'm sorry.
This is why you're banned.
Only if I could sit up in the balcony with the two critics.
Oh, Statler, Waldorf.
Yep, Statler and Waldorf.
Let's see here. Netflix Vice President of Product Innovation Todd Gillen revealed some interesting stats regarding subscriber viewing habits.
Is this about the Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
No, there's no chilling involved. We're just doing Marvel Defenders show series.
The Marvel shows on
Oh,
Netflix.
speak for yourself.
Well, I am speaking for myself.
Can I finish? In separate interviews with USA Today and Wired Magazine, Yellen says Netflix is specifically using The Defenders as a test to see whether an ensemble crossover is worth repeating. Here are some more interesting revelations from the two interviews. The majority of Netflix subscribers start with Jessica Jones instead of following the launch order. That's a good one to start with.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great one to start with. Disappointment only happens after that, though.
So, Luke Cage, this is the top lead-in program. So if you watch Luke Cage, the audience is more likely to watch Narcos, Black Mirror, Blake's favorite show, and The Walking Dead. The top lead-in for Scab Jeff's favorite show, Iron Fist, is a Dave Chappelle comedy special.
Excellent. That is so perfect.
People that watch Luke Cage also watch Stranger Things and Easy. Just to let you know, Stranger Things, great show. People who watch Iron Fist also watch Grace and Frankie, 13 Reasons Why, and The 100.
I did kind of like 13 Reasons Why.
Jessica Jones viewers watch Master of None and Orange is the New Black. Daredevil viewers watch Friends, Bloodline, and Breaking Bad. And only a smaller percentage of Netflix users have watched all 4 shows.
I've watched all 4 shows.
I've watched all
the
4
Defenders.
shows. Me too.
How about you, Jason?
I even watched both seasons of Daredevil.
I saw all of Daredevil. I saw all of Luke Cage. 5 episodes of Jessica Jones. Still gotta finish it because I loved it. And Defenders, I've seen 4 episodes.
And nothing for Iron Fist.
What is that? I don't know that show. I got a fist that glows! Yeah, you're close. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, that's it. That's all of our news of the geek. That was an easy one.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, this week in the bombs at the box office, we're going to start with the whole box office. The combined gross of the top 12 have failed to total over 50 million. Something that hasn't happened in an August weekend in over 20 years. In fact, the combined 49 million for the top 12 is the worst since the top 12 combined for 43.5 million in late September, which is the worst month for movies, of 2001, which was right after an attack on our soil. Making matters worse, with next weekend seeing nothing major, things aren't going to improve until It arrives September 8th. I heard, it's not here on the sheet here, but I heard the number 8 overall from the box office was the Mayweather fight.
Did that do more?
That did more than all
From
but
when people go into the movie theater to actually
people
watch?
go to the movie theater to watch it at a movie theater. One showing of the fight was the 8th highest box office draw at a movie theater for the weekend.
Real quick about this Conor thing, because I really don't give a shit. I love boxing, but this is not boxing. Do you find it odd that Mayweather tried to make a bet on this, and he said that it wouldn't go past 9.5 rounds, so it wouldn't get past the 10th round, and the full 10th round.
Yeah.
And the match was stopped at the minute mark of the 10th round. He was able to put a $70,000 bet on it.
TKO.
Yeah. Do you find that odd?
I think he just went by a game plan and knew that's exactly what was going to happen.
Okay.
No, I don't. Of course it's crooked.
I just thought that
Boxing,
was kind of
it's crooked. Everybody knows boxing is crooked.
the big league names are.
You know what I would
They're all
rather watch
crooked.
instead of boxing?
Sucks.
Wrestling. I'd like it better. I'd rather watch fake than this real shit.
You know that you can actually bet on wrestling, like the pay-per-views. They have betting lines, and I'm like, how is that legal? Like that doesn't.
Yeah, especially if it's scripted.
It's on. Everybody knows who wins. It's like all you have to do is you work for WWE and just, yeah, this is George. I want to bet on this guy. I mean, if you have the final say, I mean,
But you never know when the wrestler's going to go off script.
once in a blue moon,
You never know when you're going to get a Montreal screw job.
once every 30 years. I just was like, that's odd that you can bet on wrestling.
And over in the UK, they bet on everything.
Yes.
A
Do
little
you know,
crazy with their betting over
another
there.
thing I found out, Blake, you might be interested in this. You know, fancy football. You know, that's our draft is tomorrow night, but there's a fancy Game of Thrones league. You can do fancy Game of Thrones, and there's a league set up online based on the characters you draft. And I forget
Like
how
a
you do.
Deadpool type of thing?
No,
where-
it's not. You do.
They all get points if something happens.
Yeah, and there's specific rules. But people were talking about that you can do a Game of Thrones fantasy league. That was kind of interesting.
It does sound interesting.
So there you go. What else we got, Jeff?
The top 5 of this week all sucked.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, we were talking off mic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was going to forward this story to Jason, but obviously Jason picked it up, so didn't have to. But you really look, really, this summer has sucked for movies.
Wonder Woman.
That's it.
Boom.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but
Mm-hmm.
was that like late spring or summer?
That was June.
Okay.
No, that was May. That was May.
I
I
would
think
call
it
that late
counts as
spring.
the summer box office.
War for the Planet of the Apes did not do as well as
That's
they
it.
thought.
I mean, there are lots of summer bombs.
yeah.
Then there actually were good movies.
I have only heard of one of these top 5 movies.
Exactly.
And I've only heard of it because they advertise it on Candy Crush all the time.
And you listened to the episode last week.
What did you mention the episode of?
We didn't do box office bombs last week. We were running long, so we cut that out. Now you ruined it because everyone will now. I missed my box office bombs last week.
Yeah.
Great. Never hearing any of that.
There wasn't anything to report last week.
The Mummy, King Arthur, and Valerian, all
Valerian.
bombs. Valerian, sorry, whatever. They said they did it. They said basically Spider-Man, Homecoming, Wonder Woman, and Despicable 3 were the Despicable Me 3 were the only ones that really helped. There you go.
All right. Well, coming out this week, we got number 1. The Hitman's Bodyguard made $10 million, totaling $40 million on a $29 million budget.
Hitman 2, Bodyguard 2 coming next
What
year.
is that movie?
Ryan Gosling, Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's a hitman, and Ryan Gosling's his bodyguard. There you go.
I have never heard of this
It's a
movie at
comedy.
all.
Insert cheap jokes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Number 2, Annabelle: Creation made $7.5 million, a total of $80 million on a $15 million budget.
Oh, it's got to be one of those horror.
Annabelle 2,
Yeah, one of those
Recreation,
haunted
Resurrection,
doll
coming
things.
next summer.
Leap made $5 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
It's a French film. And basically they bought the rights to it, and they put Carly Rae Jepsen as the voice.
Ah,
It was awful.
is it a animated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
No,
French.
it would be better if they did it.
Well, hold
Well, I
on.
thought maybe they dubbed. Yeah, she was the American voice.
No,
like-
it's animated.
okay.
Did
See,
you
so
say Jespin?
Yeah, he did.
So you said it's French, so it's probably not Leap. It's probably
he wrote Jespin down later too.
it's actually pronounced Lep.
Oh, Lip.
Lip.
Oh, I'm sorry. Leap! Exclamation point!
Lip.
Lip!
Can we go?
Lip!
Lip.
Lip!
Lip.
Number 4 is Wind River.
That'd be
Wind.
Wind.
Oh, Wind is spelled W-I-N-D.
This with Chris Pine. I want to see this.
I don't know what Wind River is.
I have no idea what it is.
You
What-
would like it,
It
Jeff. It
made
looks,
$4.5 million in its opening weekend on an $11 million
looks very
budget.
similar to No Country for Old Men.
It was a breeze.
And number 5, Logan's Lucky made $4.4 million, a total of 15 on a $29 million budget.
Is that
Don't-
another Wolverine movie?
No, don't go to Pornhub and look that up.
No, I heard good things about it. Now I forgot all it was about. What was Logan's Lucky about?
The racing one, they're thieves.
Oh, okay. That's a Steven Soderbergh film.
Yes. Yes, it's a Steven Soderbergh
Okay.
film.
The Emoji Movie made $2.5 million this week.
It's
number
still in
10.
theaters. At number 10. Upcoming, September 1st, we got Tulip Fever. Or is that a double lip? Tulip.
Tele. Tele.
Okay, that was a bad joke. I apologize to everyone out there. Please don't turn us off. We're not done.
This,
Numbers 7 through 12 at the box office made anywhere from 2.3 to 2.8 million. That's sad.
Less than $3 million for all.
Yes.
I mean,
not at one time.
well, when number 1 made $10 million.
Mayweather versus McGregor. There it is. Number 9, 2.6 million.
All right. Buy and sell this week. The stock in the career of Chris Pine, who apparently was in Wind River.
Wind River. Scam Jeff.
Which one's Chris Pine?
He was the
Robin?
guy in Wonder Woman.
Robin?
I haven't seen that.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Should I see it?
Chris Pine was Kirk in the new
Star Trek.
Okay.
Star Trek things. Yeah, you should see Wonder Woman.
Okay. I will buy him then.
I'll buy.
You're buying high.
I don't know.
He's still, going, he's still going up.
I'm selling.
Okay.
I'm getting out of Chris Pine for now.
So
He's gonna
I'm selling while it's hot.
Oh, that's not Chris Pine in that movie. It's Jeremy Renner. Fire the intern.
Well, close. They were both in superhero movies.
Securities fraud. Securities fraud.
So are we buying or selling Jeremy Renner now, or
Nope, go to the next one.
Carly Rae Jepsen?
Call me, baby.
Oh, you mean Jepsen?
Yes.
I am selling her.
I'm buying her because she's
I'm
amazing.
Wondering why the hell I have stock in Carly Rae Jepsen already. Let's get that out of my portfolio
Why?
because I don't want to
Okay.
call me maybe.
Are you calling maybe? What are you doing? You buying or selling? Carly Rae.
I don't know who that is.
She's a singer. She was in Philippe. She was the voice. She sings, "Call me maybe."
It means she was in Lep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me maybe, baby.
See, he
No.
knows, he
That's
knows,
not how
he
it
knows the title of the song and just,
And it's actually on my iPhone.
doesn't know
I
her
love that
name.
song.
oh.
Call me maybe. I only sing bad so we don't get in trouble for copyright.
Yeah, we're
Are
definitely
you
not
buying
getting
or
in trouble
selling so we
for
can move on to the
copyright
final
infringement.
segment?
Oh, after listening to your rendition, I'm gonna sell. 'Cause
Okay.
It's gonna tank now that you're associated with her.
Can we get to top 5?
All right, let's do our top 5. All right, this week our top 5. We have to apologize to people who saw our tweets. The intern screwed up. We realized we had done that initial list.
Top 5 favorite remakes of movies?
We did that over 120 episodes ago.
Episode 75.
I have that list. Was I on episode 75?
I don't
you
know.
might have been. You're like, I did this.
I started writing the list, and then the intern's like, "Hold the phones!" I was like, this is why it seems so familiar. I couldn't remember a lot of the list we made, but once you start writing, you're like, I think we did do
Well, that
that.
was the thing is I was thinking I wasn't going to put on. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll get in a talk. I'll get in a debate and an argument with Scam Jeff on this one, and I'm like, I think I might have already gotten an argument in a debate about.
The one that got me was Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
That was the one.
We'll talk about
I was on that show, I think.
We'll talk about how great the remake of Dawn of the Dead was, how superior it was to the original.
That's
Jeff
what my
will be
complaint
pissed.
was.
See,
I'm kind of curious what my original top 5 was now.
Episode
See if it
75.
matches my new one.
Go to episode 75.
I'm disappointed in you. You shouldn't have said anything. Have us come up with a top 5 list, and then say, "Ha!" and then compare it to what we actually had. 120, 150 episodes ago.
Well, the funny thing was that we did top 5 favorite remakes. 76 was top 5 worst remakes.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's starting to come back familiar.
Yeah.
That was in the old setup at the studio.
It was the old setup. Scam Jeff, what's your what's our top 5 this week?
Yeah, we should probably announce that. What we are going with are the top 5 TV shows / films that took place in a school.
Okay.
And now I do have to preface this before we all start. We know there's that obvious number 1 that everyone is going to pick, so we decided not to put that on our list.
Riverdale?
So, no. We're talking about a good one. So we're not all going to have... we all decided to keep off Grease 2.
Anyways, we did TV
Didn't
shows.
even make my honorable list.
Yeah, it was your number 1, except we pulled it all off.
Isn't Michelle Pfeiffer in that?
Yes.
Scam.
That's why it was obviously going to be everybody's number 1.
Scam Jeff was like, "Oh, we could do TV shows in high schools," and then we're like, "In school," and it's like, I don't know if there's really that many.
Really,
we were
there
talking
are.
that we like that we could put on there,
There are.
and then we combined it with movies, and then it became a
I
cluster.
could have done a list of each, but let's go.
Scam Jeff, what's your number
I got
5?
Before we start this, I also want to complain that the intern did save it, but he also fucked up again because he should have broke it down between either TV show or film. One or the other. One or the other.
Well, you can pick one.
One or the other.
Just go. You can pick one. It's okay. You never listen to the rules anyways.
One or the other.
Anyways,
So
what's your
how
top-
many Hobies did you do on it?
I have 22.
All right.
what's your top 5?
That's why I said one or the other.
My number 5 is Heathers.
Hey,
It's
that
on
was
my
an
list of
honorable
22.
mention. One of your 22.
Good job, Scab Jeff. I
Do
agree.
Do I knock off all of the ones on that tier of your...
No, I have 21 more.
I feel like it's like a $100,000 pyramid or something like that we're trying to figure out.
What is not on my list?
But Heathers, I think it's a dark movie. It kind of gets the whole
That's
high
correct.
school mentality.
I love my
thing
big gay
down
son!
and the
you
whole
say big?
clique and everything.
Dead gay son.
I think it was a good movie.
I agree with you. Isn't there a Heather's remake in the...
Yes.
Oh, is that still
and-
making that?
Yes,
I
it
thought
is
Yeah.
actually. We have that news at the expo when we're doing our podcast. I got that in there.
Yes, good. Well, no, not good, because Heather's was a good movie. I'm sure the remake's going to fuck it up.
Well, just make a similar movie and give it a different title. How's that?
What's your number
That's
5?
what I think.
Veronica's.
Veronica's.
What's your number 5, Blake?
All right, Jeff needs to get out his D20.
I didn't bring my.
Oh, all right.
back
Anyway,
down.
Scab Jeff, pick a number between 1 and 21, and I shall start at the top and go counterclockwise.
18.
18. 1, 2,
Oh God.
8, 9, 10,
waiting.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
17.
16, 17,
12.
18. Breakfast Club.
That's my number 3.
Way to knock it off right there.
I'm still safe. I'm still safe.
All
This is
right.
like Survivor. Okay, my number 5 should come as no surprise. I had to put it on there. It's a Hobied it. I Hobied it.
Of course you did.
Riverdale. Just because I got
It's only at 5. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah,
in you.
because I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, why am I liking this?
He only has one season to go off of.
And matched it because I really liked this growing up. Boy Meets World. I really enjoyed that show.
And those have a lot to do with each other.
They're TV shows. Everything else is movies. See?
Well, you know, never mind.
What's your number 5, Jeff?
Shit. Is this in the? Put this in the wrong order.
That
Okay.
doesn't matter.
My number 5 is Animal House.
You know what?
Animal House.
I should have been on my top 5, and I completely forgot about it until your brother actually tweeted about it.
Oh, did he?
And I was like, oh, I can't change it now. It's fine. But Animal House is a very good one.
Does it actually take place in a school?
It takes place at Faber University.
Takes
But
place.
Favorite college,
off,
I'm
ca-
sorry.
off campus, right? Frat houses?
Frat house is still a school experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
No,
I'll
no.
tie it with something else.
No.
What's your number 4, Jeff? We
My,
will allow it.
my number 4 is Freaks and Geeks.
I thought that would be your number 1.
Number 3.
That's on my list.
Which number
One
for
of
you?
your-
Well, it depends which way you're counting. But it was one of the first ones that I wrote down. Actually, is the 1, 2, 3 is the third one that I wrote down.
I thought that would be higher for you, Jeff.
Freaks
thought
and
you were-
Geeks.
Scab Jeff, what
Might have
number?
been
yeah.
higher if it lasted longer.
It was my number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good fucking show.
It was a great show.
I'm really upset that they canceled it after 1 year. I mean, fucking 1 season.
Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
My number 4, I hobied it.
Of course you did.
I did The Faculty, the horror movie back
Yeah,
when.
you can keep that.
Yeah, I love that movie. It was enjoyable.
It's
that got
not on my
Michelle Pfeiffer?
list.
No, Jon Stewart is in it though somehow.
Talk show
And
John.
PCU. Really enjoyed PCU.
Not on my list.
Takes place in a
yeah.
college.
PCU
Sure.
is funny. I enjoyed it. I don't know. That was off campus, wasn't it?
Not all of it.
I don't know. Does that qualify as a top?
Fuck you all. What's your number? What's your next one, Blake?
Scab Jeff, give me a number between 1 and 19.
1.
Rushmore.
Oh, damn it, that's my number 4.
You suck at this game, Scam Jeff. Well done, Blake.
That's in my 12 o'clock position. I was starting at 12 o'clock, counting backwards. Well, in the mess that's this
It
piece
doesn't
of
matter what
paper.
I...
What's your number 4, Jeff? Scam
was
Jeff.
Rushmore.
What's your number 3?
Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
Good choices.
Blake, what's your next pick?
Are we back to me already?
Yeah, because his
Because well, we
please take out his other ones.
All right.
My number 2 doesn't involve school in any way, so it's safe.
All right. Give me a number between 1 and 19 again.
2.
2. 1, 2. Risky Business.
I didn't realize there was school in that. I know he was
Yeah, it was
pouring
kind of
people
school.
out. But, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
More
You know
school
what?
than
Hold on
Animal
a
House.
second.
They're at least at a college
No.
campus.
Yeah, I give you that. With a college campus, Animal House is a school.
He was a high school kid, but
He was a high school kid.
Parents are out. It was a high school movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. I just removed it from the list. Give me another number.
3.
3. Welcome back, Cotter.
That was the first one I thought of when I saw a TV show takes place in a school. I'm like, welcome back, Cotter. Wasn't that good?
Yeah.
But I remember it.
Yeah, it was good. It always had a funny joke at the very end.
Yeah.
His wife was hot in a nerdy kind of way. Gabe Kaplan.
Hidey,
Kind of a funny guy.
No, we're not going into that again.
Oh, sorry.
You know these that was a show that I
there.
watched after school when I was a latchkey kid. It was in the list of the UHB channels, and I actually liked it.
I'm sorry.
And I learned a new joke every episode.
There were terrible jokes.
I didn't say they were good.
My number 3, Emma Stone. First time I really realized that she was there.
Easy A?
Easy A. Love Easy A.
Really, you didn't
Hmm.
recognize realize Emma Stone was there in Superbad?
Was that before?
Yeah, that was her. Super bad.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
I like,
Not on my list, but
I
I
like
would
it, but-
add it.
I like Easy A.
Easy A was in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Good.
It would have been what I said if you made me take Animal House.
It was a
off.
very funny movie in terms of like their
Just
joke.
because you made me take Donnie Darko off.
I didn't make you. I let you make your own decision there.
It was a smart comedy. I liked Easy A lot.
I agree.
What's your number 3, Jeff?
My number 3 was The Breakfast Club.
Okay. Number 2.
My number 2 is South Park.
It does take place in a school. Well done.
Mostly.
Mostly.
I'll
South
give you
Park
the,
Elementary, go Cows.
I'll give you the mostly.
More than Animal House.
Do you see they're coming this season? They're not doing one long season. Of,
Yeah, they kind of ran into problems with that when the election didn't go as expected.
Yeah, they said that they tried it just to see if they could do like one story arc throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
And they said, no, this year we're just going to do back to what we like best.
I think that's a wise decision.
Number 2 for me was Mean Girls. I really enjoy that. I watched that a couple weeks ago again, and I really enjoy Mean Girls. I could flip flop that with Easy A without
Easy A's better, so
think?
that should be higher.
I didn't
on
think
your
Mean
list.
Girls was all that good.
I thought it was funny.
Mean Girls was okay.
I mean, it
didn't
had
make my
plenty of eye
list.
candy, but
I
Well,
thought
Rachel McAdams,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
pretty good.
I thought everyone was good in it except the main star,
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I thought she was okay, but
It was probably the best she's ever been.
That's true.
She's really hot though.
She was in it. What's your pick, Jeff or Blake? What's your name? What's your next one?
give me a number,
15.
Scab Jeff. I didn't ask you.
Sorry.
15.
15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Still waiting.
8, 9,
Still waiting. 13.
12, 13,
12,
14, 15.
12.
Clueless.
Oh, that was a good one too. I have a gun and a shovel. I doubt anyone will miss you. When he tells the boyfriend that.
I always put Mean Girls even ahead of Clueless.
Really? That's a tough.
Really?
Well, I would too because they don't
I
hook
would
up with
not.
your stepbrother. So that was kind of creepy. I don't
No,
care if
yeah,
it
I
is
think
Paul
Clue-
Rudd.
I just I don't know what they call it. It's not
It's
Valley
got
Girl
Paul
speak,
Rudd.
but
It's
that
got
whole-
Alicia Silverstone. It's
whole-
got the guy from
Yeah,
Scrubs.
well, yeah, the Alicia
on.
Silverstone is not all that great.
Yeah,
but-
she is.
But the
How
whole
dare you, sir?
the whole
dare you.
Southern
How
California
dare you, sir?
fake speak shit.
I
drives
wonder
me
if it would
crazy.
hold up recently.
No.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. I'm just.
As if
Yeah.
Scab Jeff, what's your number 2?
I have Say Anything.
Okay.
That's on my list.
Cross it off.
Not
There you
sure
go.
it takes place in a school. There's the valedictorian speech.
Most enough.
close enough.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
And that's one of my favorite movies. What was the line from it? From that's like on all the
I gave
top
her
100.
my
a
heart.
pen? Yeah.
She gave me a pen. I
gave you a
prefer
pen.
the. What do you want to do when you grow up? Well, I don't want to buy, sell anything processed
Yes.
or process
Anything
anything
bought and sold.
and think about kickboxing. I think there's a future in that.
What's your number 1, Jeff? Scab Jeff.
Skins, the older British TV show.
Before MTV
British
brutalized
version,
it.
not the American version.
Right, not the
Nobody
MTV
picks the
version.
American version.
No.
But
Not even the people that were
British
in
version.
it.
No.
It was fantastic. It
Never
had what's her name? Sam's girlfriend from Game of Thrones. She was one of the main characters.
Gilly?
Gilly.
Shelley Long?
No, but she was one of the main
Said
characters.
Sam's
in it. And
girlfriend, I
every-
just-
It was like 4 seasons, and every season they changed the entire cast because the one cast graduated, so they just got an entirely new cast.
Well, good for them. It always bothered
Wow.
me why
TV shows
TV
that
shows
go.
don't do that. It takes place in
8
high school.
years in
so
high
let 'em-
school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even when we were doing this list, we were discussing Glee. I'm like, well, no, it's not going on my list. But one of the reasons that it annoyed me was they wouldn't let people graduate and then move on.
Endless school.
They
Endless high school.
Glee ended up following the people
To New York.
half of the cast to New York, and then half of the cast. I'm like, this is terrible. Can't believe I watched this for
Terrible.
4 years
Terrible.
up to this. It's all terrible.
Blake, what's your next pick?
You got Supergirl in the cast now, and you're spending all your time watching Leah Michelle still. Get over it.
Yeah.
What's your next pick?
How many have we done?
You're on number 1.
This is my number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a number.
You're not even going to pick your own number 1?
I've got a whole bunch here.
9.
10.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fast Times at Richmond High.
Okay, my number 1 is.
Hold on a second. You're not going to get off that easy.
Yes, I will.
Fast Times
You
at
don't know
Richmond
me.
High.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wants to talk about Phoebe Cates.
I want to hear about Phoebe
Judge
Cates.
Hirsch. I do like that scene with Judge
There
Hirsch.
we go.
Judge Hirsch.
The best single masturbatory scene
Yes.
in high school guys movie history.
Jeff, if you were unaware,
Before you
Jason
could go to
calls,
internet porn.
Judge Reinhold
Yeah.
No, because that was because Blake made that comment that instead of Judge Reinhold, he said Judge Hirsch, so
got
we
the-
kept it going.
Got my Judds and Judges mixed up.
His Jepsons and Jespins messed up.
Right.
His Hopper and Hooper's messed up.
That's right.
I'm an idiot. Anyways, my number one is Jeff would appreciate this. 10 Things I Hate About You.
It's on my list.
I knew that would be on your list.
I love 10 Things I Hate About You. One of my favorite movies, like the teenage angsty drama.
It's a good one.
I love it.
Is it something I should watch?
Yes.
I've seen it. It's been a long time.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't
think-
remember. I don't remember loving it back then, but
Well, do you like Shakespeare?
sometimes.
Okay.
It's based on Taming of the Shrew. What's your number one, Jeff?
And my number one is the greatest television show that takes place in a school.
Alf.
Jeff, I think, mentioned it earlier.
Alf?
Community.
Community.
Okay, so Blake, what's your other picks?
Not on my list.
Okay.
It was an honorable mention for me.
But now that you bring it up, I probably could make it an honorable mention, but I never watched it religiously.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, that's a big.
It was what I consider one of the best comedies of the last 20 years.
All right. So in no particular order, basically in the random stream of conscious thought that I wrote these down in, Napoleon Dynamite,
Okay.
Meh.
Jawbreaker,
Oh,
I
Jawbreaker.
did not
Yeah.
see that.
Dead Poet Society.
I got that on
I thought about that one.
I wrote it down, this one down anyways, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, because he's skipping school.
Yeah,
for
I'm
a
about to
day.
say. I thought of that and I'm like, but the whole point was it wasn't school.
Exactly.
But what's his face? It was Bueller.
Yeah, but there was a lot of school in it.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
just like the whole theme of it was to be away from school. So
Yeah.
on principle, I couldn't pick that. But
The Facts of Life.
The
take
Facts
the
of
good,
Life.
you take the bad,
watch
you take
that all the
both,
time.
and there you have the
Yeah,
facts,
Facts of Life. The Facts of Life.
That's right. Square Pegs.
Sarah Jessica Parker,
That's right. Early Sarah Jessica. Saved
When
by
she
the
was just a
Bell.
foul.
the college years, Saved by the Bell, the college years.
No, the
Oh.
original Saved by the Bell.
When she was just a foul.
Full, not foul.
I know.
All right.
No, she was foul. Trust me.
After school television selections.
Uh-huh.
What's happening?
Okay.
Better
Hi,
off.
hi, hi.
Hey, hey, hey. Better off dead.
Eh.
What?
What do you mean?
Overrated.
It's one of the best.
Oh, better off dead.
Lane Meyer. Vision Quest. High school wrestling.
Yeah, I remember wanting
Really?
to see that when it came out, and then I saw it when it came on HBO.
We're just
and
naming
thought,
shows and movies
Eh.
because now you hit the really
No.
bad ones.
Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
What
No?
I thought about, but fell on my list when I thought about others.
I don't like stoner
Really?
comedies.
Wow.
of
16
it's not a
Candles.
stoner
16
comedy.
Candles, Pretty in Pink. Some Kind of Wonderful.
I forgot about Some Kind of Wonderful. That's a better one than 16 Candles
Yeah.
and Pretty in Pink.
I had
And of course, the other ones you guys already named.
I had School of Rock. I enjoyed that one, even though
I
it
didn't
did
think it was
star
that good.
Jack Black. And
I think it's one of the weaker Jack Black movies out there.
I like
this technically
Nacho
took
Grande
place-
better.
This took place in a college.
Was it Nacho Grande?
Yeah, it's Nacho
Grande.
Libre.
Nacho
Oh, same
Libre.
thing.
Yeah.
Nacho Libre. Nacho Grande.
Scream 2. I love
Okay.
Scream 2. And it took place in a college.
Scream 1 took place in high school, so you
Yeah,
can
I
like that
could
one
have done
too.
Scream.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, now I may take Riverdale off.
I had Spider-Man, the first one.
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay.
Maguire,
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Lost Boys, Back to the Future.
Yeah, the good Back to the Future.
Yeah. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
even
might
think
as
of
well
Back
put
to the
Teen Wolf
Future.
in there, too. No.
No. Teen Wolf 2, yes.
Teen Wolf 2?
The Jason
Oh.
Bateman one, yes.
Some of them I didn't remember if there was actually school in them or not. Like Heavenly Creatures was a great teen movie, but I don't remember if they were actually in school before they killed everybody.
Well, the only one I have that hasn't been mentioned so far on my honorable mentions is Bring It On.
How did I forget Bring It On?
I don't know. I swore it was going to be on Jason's list.
You were just gonna put it on and knock his off.
What the?
It was just an honorable mention, though. No, for whatever reason, I actually enjoy Bring It On. Probably Elijah
In your-
Dushku is why I enjoy Bring It
Yes.
On.
I was about to say, and you're a perverty old guy. You know.
Hey, I wasn't as pervy or as old when it first came out.
Wasn't she in Bye Bye Love?
She was.
have no clue. I never saw Bye Bye Love.
We do have a lot of top 5 picks. We had 2.
Feel like I almost put Can't Buy Me Love, but that really wasn't in high school.
Love Don't Cost a Thing.
No, Love Don't Cost a Thing. Yeah.
The superior of those two movies.
Was that on your list of remakes?
That was great. Love Don't Cost a Thing. Based off the screenplay, Can't Buy Me Love. I would have thought the credits.
Which is based off the song Can't Buy Me Love.
Can't buy me love, love, love. Anyways, let's see. So we originally had top 5 favorite remakes. We had 2 selections before we changed it. Captain Animal Kirk had No Way Out from 1987.
I did not realize that was a remake.
3 Men and a Baby. The Parent Trap, 1998. He hobied it with 101 Dalmatians, 1996. Not bad.
Both Disney movies.
Yes. The Birdcage, 1996.
A remake of La Cage aux Folles.
And Yours, Mine, and Ours, 2005. Beside a Geek had Planet of the Apes, 2001. How dare you? Clash of the Titans, 2010.
How
Wait a minute.
dare you?
Godzilla, 1998. The Wicker Man, 2006. And Psycho, 1998. You know, you're an asshole. No, Beside a Geek said this is payback for every time I try to destroy his Star Trek polls on Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, let's see. He said his real top 5 for school movies is Just One of the Guys, Billy Zabka Abs. Number 4 was Easy A. Number 3 was Dead Poets Society. Number 2, The Breakfast Club. And number 1, Freaks and Geeks.
I like that list except for the first.
Just One of the Guys. It was enjoyable. Pittsburgh Nerd had Saved by the Bell.
The College Years.
No.
The College Years are the good parts.
No.
The White Shadow. Never heard of that.
It's a basketball
Oh.
coach.
He was the white coach, taught or coached the basketball at the inner city school.
Number 3, Jeff's.
I think it took place in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be.
Number 3 was Jeff's, the show that Jeff was on, Head of the Class. Number 2, Freaks and Geeks. Number 1, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Head of the Class. You had to bring that up. Thanks, Sean.
From Dev. Number 5, Ocean's 11. Oh, this is remakes. Back to remakes. Dev. 310 to Yuma. 3 Men and a Baby. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. and Major Payne.
Major Payne was a remake?
Yes,
Kids
it was.
going to school. Oh, wait.
The Damon
it's a
Wayans Major Payne was a remake of
Yes.
it? Oh, I did not know that.
Let's see here. We also got a couple ones from Dr. Number 1 about the school movies. School of Cock. The Slutty Professor. Ferris Bueller Gets Off. Private Teacher. Number 1 is Dead Poets Society.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This reminds me. There was a movie that was back in the 80s. It was called Private School. And it probably has one of the...
Oh my God.
Do you know
I
what I'm
remember
talking
that,
about?
Yes.
It probably has one of the best big-breasted redhead naked scenes ever. Her riding a horse.
I forgot all about Porky's.
Oh, and Porky's. Now that we think about this stuff.
Someone at work, when we were discussing it, brought up Debbie Does Dallas takes place in a high school.
Oh. You mean not the Dallas Cowboy locker room?
No.
Oh.
Phoebe Cates, a student at an all-exclusive, all-girls private school, is in love with Jim, who attends an academy for boys nearby.
Yes. And Phoebe Cates is anti what's the name?
Oh, she dressed in
antagonist.
drag
Yeah,
to get to the boy did, right?
No, that's a different movie.
Oh.
No,
God,
private
Jason.
school. No, private school was
Debbie
the
Does Dallas?
Yeah.
No, private school.
It stars Phoebe Cates, Betsy Russell, Matthew Modine. Oh,
A young Matthew Modine.
I love him as the sheriff in Stranger Things. Michael Zorich and Fran Ryan. Don't know who anyone else is. Let's see. We also had some other top 5 school movies. Doug, 8 Pans Doug had Bring It On.
No, that okay. No, hold on a second.
Okay.
We got to go back to private school because I'm telling you, this is one of the best breast scenes you'll ever see in the 1980 high school films, and that's the what's her name? Damn.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, the red-haired chick. Yeah.
Are we good there? Okay.
Sure. I said
Bring it on. Accept it. Accept it was funny.
Except it was all right. Yeah. I can get it.
Head of the class, the Hessman years, not Connolly.
Oh, I agree 100%. Billy Connolly, as I said earlier, is not funny.
Cruel Intentions. Never thought about Cruel Intentions. And Sky High. Thank you, R.J. Holt, for this one. So there you go. Let's see. We're also going to go R.J. Oh,
Well,
sorry.
did you read Doug Ape Hands? Is
That was Ape Hands.
But then you said thanked R.J. Holt.
Yeah, he thanked R.J. Holt for that one.
Oh.
Number 5, R.J. Holt had Sky High and Welcome Back, Cotter. There you go.
That's his number 5?
Yeah, those are his 5s.
And he has nothing else?
Yes, he just had a 5 and a 2. I mean, a 2 and a 1. Let's see. Jimmy Riggins, you're a brother.
Yeah, it's my brother.
Number 5, Dead Poet Society. Number 4, Saved by the Bell. Number 3, Community. Number 2, Back to School. Oh, Dangerfield. I
Rodney
forgot about Back to
Dangerfield.
School. Number 1, Animal House. He hobied it with Riverdale. So.
Now I just lost all respect for my brother.
I think I just added that last one.
Oh.
Honorable mention, Head of the Class, because my brother Jeff was in it. Thomas Kirk.
If you want to be technical, I was also in Better Off Dead, too.
You're now a director. Let's see here. Thomas Kirk, Captain Animal Kirk. He had, dang it, my other list was a lot better. It was great. He had Sky High, Glee,
A lot of people are liking Sky High.
Glee, Lizzie McGuire movie, Smallville, and Faking It.
Oh, I'm sorry. That Lizzie McGuire brings back some bad memories.
Chris Richardson, you know what? You are awesome, sir. He had Scream, which I should have picked and said. 4, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
3, Saved by the Bell. Number 2, The Faculty. He's with me. Good job, Chris.
Saved by the Bell, the college years? Is that what Chris meant?
I think so. Lyle Alizato. And
No, that wasn't Lyle. That was one of the Golics.
oh, that's right, Mike.
Bob Golick.
Bob. Yeah.
Bob Golick.
Number 1, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show. Let's see. So there you go. There is your top 5.
And no one else chose Animal House because it doesn't take place in a school.
My brother had it as number 1.
No, he didn't. He had Riverdale.
No, Jason lied about the Riverdale.
I lied about that. Just to let you know. Anyway, so
And how can you say it doesn't take place in a school?
now I'm going to have to look for private school because now I remember that movie. Blake, damn you!
Actually, there's I'm trying to figure out which one it was, but yeah, Betsy Russell's in there. You know,
Mitzi
pretty good
Russell?
looking.
Yeah, I'm about to Nipsey
Not
Russell.
Betsy Russell, Betsy Russell.
Oh, she's hot.
Karen Chase. I'm trying to figure out which lady I'm talking about, but now I can't figure it out.
Anyways, Scab Jeff, thanks for coming on.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for having me.
Bad idea of the week, number 50 or 512. Banning Scab Jeff from the show.
That was a bad idea.
Bad
It
idea.
was a bad idea.
Well done.
It was a bad idea.
I'm so touched.
Thank you. Good idea of the week.
Or that? Hold on. Which number was that?
512.
512A. Having him read the Nick Albright section.
Yes. Bad,
I put him on the spot. I didn't tell him I was going to do that.
bad idea number 511. Letting Scab Jeff into the studio. You got the 512 to 511 section, so well done. Good job. Yes, Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You were listening to Hobie.
Addendum.
All right.
We need to figure out a title for the show.
Titles. I have the best breast scene. Mm-hmm. I've got Nipsey Russell's private school. Philharmonica.
Ooh, I like Philharmonica.
And,
2 words, right?
and Iron Fist ruins everything.
I have Iron Fist ruins everything. I have Role Players Club, and I got Moon Pie Night. So, Blake, you got any titles?
No.
Good man. That's why you're best color man in business. I do like the
I
Philharmonica.
like Philharmonica a lot.
2 words, right?
Sure, why not? Philharmonica.
Okay.
If that's better than
Iron Fist Ruins Everything was a good one.
I don't disagree. That's a great one.
But what are we doing?
Yeah, it was Betsy Russell.
Mitzi Russell?
Betsy Russell.
Oh, sorry.
Betsy Russell.
Blake, we need your decision. Iron Fist Ruins Everything or Phil Harmonica?
I'm watching Private School. I'm sorry.
Scab Jeff, we're going to you. What do you think?
Phil Harmonica, by far.
Jeff, what do you like better?
God, I'm leaning towards Iron Fist.
I like Iron Fist Ruins Everything.
He's going to ruin my title.
That's it. Iron Fist Ruins Everything.